I believe we are live. Hello, world. Welcome to the Pernicious Chronicle, the Destiny campaign. Labeled this one episode 12, being the name Kyvult, depending if the characters or the players get there. Let's see. Let me get everybody in here, and then we'll go from there. Let's see how it goes. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so everybody here? Everybody can hear me good?
We are. Oh, yep.
Surprise! It's like her big debut to the world. All right, so welcome to episode 12 of the Destiny campaign. Joining me today, I have Kim, who's playing Mina. Zach's coming back from a week off. Yeah, week off. And he's playing his warlock Arken. Randy is playing the confused. What would he be? Confused elf? Sure, we'll go with that.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, that's the other thing I need to do. I need to put an H in your name. So Rogar, and then Reed, as always, Bellfire, and joining us today from the Antecedents campaign, we have Kiki, who is playing Kree, as Jess could not join us today. I'm gonna check this real quick to see if we're up, and I'm gonna change his name. Do I want to do that? What do you think?
Change it.
Right.
It's getting changed.
So
Oh,
since
okay.
Kiki is brand new to the Destiny campaign and Zach wasn't here, who wants to do the recap of what happened on the last episode?
I can do it.
Good deal. Go for it. What are you drinking?
Wine. Cabernet Sauvignon. It's pretty good.
Fancy.
All right, so go for
Nah,
it.
it was like $10. So let's see. So we found ourselves face to face with the Mind Flayer,
Yeah.
who was looking all wrinkly and not together or wholly alive. So he gave us a choice. We could either fight him and most definitely get our asses kicked. We could run away and most likely get slaughtered by everything that we ignored in the tower before. Or C, we could work for him. So he, apparently, when he sealed off the continent and then opened all the portals, he had to, do that with his soul or something?
You're close.
Yeah, so he sealed the continent, which is fine. But then when he opened the portals to Hell and the Abyss, he had to link his soul to that. So he gave us the ability to go through the barrier around the continent so we can go close the portals for him, which will give him his soul back.
Okay.
So in exchange, he promised that he would leave this plane of existence and hopefully not come back. We don't really trust him to do that, but saving a continent full of innocent people sounds like a pretty good idea. So we agreed to do that. Mina did a really awesome job scrying, and she found the continent and got a pretty good look at it. There's still dragons on it, so we decided that we're definitely going to get the Rod of Dragon Control before we go over there, which is on the Isle of Serpents, which we've been trying to get to for 6 weeks now, but it's been a little difficult. So we left the tower after we found out that Melena and Titan were in the same room with us. So we booked it out of there, and then we ran into a Minotaur, which we killed pretty quickly after he failed to gore someone at all. And then now we're heading over to Kree's home because she has very nice parents and bed and food. I can't hear you, Patrick.
Sorry, my apologies. I had my mic muted. All right. To fill in some of the gaps, because I know Kiki probably hasn't had enough time to catch up on the background story of Kree. She lives, and somebody moved the little dot, so we're good. She lives on the White Falls cliffs that are next to the ruins of Dragon's Bluff. That's where her tribe is from, and that's where you guys are headed. So to kind of fast forward everything, you guys make it there. They invite you in, feed you, bandage you up, and all that kind of stuff. And I think you guys were looking for information for them, correct?
And from Coma.
From who? I'm sorry.
Coma, the kobold that we rescued.
Yeah, I forgot to
Koa.
mention Como. Who like adores Mina. Pretty cute.
So yeah. So this old copperish looking kobold by the name of Koa you guys found him inside this tower, and he had been taken prisoner inside the tower, the Lyceum Tower. And you have heard his name before, Mina, from Grimshaw, talking about his adventuring days and before the dragon onslaught and all that kind of fun stuff. So you guys are there. You're free to talk to Koa and ask him questions. You can interact with these barn owl looking Aarakocras, and then go from there.
So these people are my family, just to understand. Make sure. Okay.
Yep. It's a small tribe. It's probably about 24 Aarakocra, ranging from probably Aarakocra don't have long lifespans.
Okay.
So you would probably have a few elders, and then a few middle-aged, and mostly like younger children type, teenagers, that sort of thing.
Okay.
So so it took you a day to get there. You've had a couple, like you could take a couple of days of rest if you want, and then head out to wherever you're headed. So you tell me.
Are all her family members barn owls too?
Yes.
Nice.
Alright, I'm gonna. Do we have a map? I forget.
We do, but it's like you can only see the immediate area.
Okay,
Can that
these
be
are
fixed?
people who can fly, so I'm gonna see if any of them have like a better map that I can buy from them.
So are you looking for like a map of the continent?
Yes, because I need to figure out where we're going or how to get there.
Well, you know that the Isle of Serpents is to the south, and you have actually you would have found one in the what is it? What was the temple? Temple of the Saviors. You would have found an old one there, so there wouldn't have been a lot of markings that would make sense to you, but you do have a general idea of what the continent looks like.
I need to find. Do I know where Serenity is then? Because that's where we have to go to get boats.
Well, if you ask the Aarakocra, they actually tell you that 3 days ago, before you got there, one of their scouts had just been flying over, and 3 ships with a golden tree and a crescent moon were heading southeast, presumably towards Levres.
Ooh.
Can go to Levres.
Are we in trouble there?
Oh, we have. Oh,
No, because her own crew got her out, so we
Okay.
didn't have to do
Okay.
anything.
Good deal. Well, we have to run pretty fast to get there.
So yeah, I mean, you guys can make your way down there if you want, or you
Does
can
everyone
go
have
to
enough-
Serenity. So
Is there-
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Does everyone have enough food and like torches? We don't need torches anymore. Never mind.
Torches.
Kree's family is generous enough to give you a good portion of rations to probably, if you like half them, you could probably make it on that.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Thanks, fam.
Gotta love them.
Is there anything we like need or want? I don't think so. We just needed food and rest.
Yeah.
I mean, there isn't any information that we would.
Oh, don't you guys have like weird potions recipes now?
I do have some
Mhm.
potion recipes. Yes.
Go see if you can find some. Do these guys have like any like
Oh, I
ingredients
have one too.
for that?
Yeah,
for this
I've
stuff?
got Silverbane, Oil of Sharpness, and I've still got my healing potion recipe.
See if these guys have any like ingredients to sell or
Okay,
want to work for.
let's see what I got.
Yeah, the oil of etherealness recipe.
All right, so so you're more than welcome to go, and actually just to see if you can find them or not, or to see if they even have them, roll a d20 for me.
Okay. Oops, wrong button.
I just deleted my character.
I was trying to see if they had a list of ingredients. I got a 4. I suck.
Like a 6.
But actually, odd or even. So
Oh.
Yay!
so you guys actually find enough to make 1 potion each.
Cool.
Nice.
So you can spend the downtime putting it together because you have that mobile alchemy kit.
Okay.
Hey, Patrick, do they have any arrows by chance that they'd be willing to part with?
Which potion? Because I've got 3 choices. Yeah.
Let's go with pick 2 of the 3.
I've got healing, Silverbane, and Oil of Sharpness.
I would get sharpness and healing just because they're basic. And
Okay, sharpness and healing.
Belfire, roll a d20 for me.
Wait, is it 2 between the 2 of us, or she gets 2, I get 1?
Correct. That's exactly what it is.
Okay.
All right. So Belfire, they offer you. Let's go with 8. They offer you 8 arrows because
Awesome. Thank you.
You're a friend of Kree, and Kree doesn't have many friends.
oh,
Mom, don't say that in front of the guests.
so
I
after
can see
that,
Kree saying that too.
I think we're on our way, ready to go.
Is there anything Kree's looking for in particular?
Familiar security and perhaps a loving embrace
They
as,
definitely give you the
as she
embrace.
leaves.
They ask if you're doing anything dangerous.
No. I mean, maybe. I mean, it's for the greater good.
Oh, our daughter's growing up. So if you guys are ready to roll, we can actually see how many days travel do we have here. I actually changed your map.
I noticed.
Good.
Is there any chance we could head to Levres following the shore and kind of go through Dragon's Bluff just to see if there's anything there?
We get there, it's just dragons there to kill us.
Well, we're trying to catch the ship.
No, it's an abandoned seaport.
Oh, that's what it was.
It's not abandoned, it was ruined.
Sorry, it's in a ruined port.
The basically actually where you have it, where you have the dot, you're actually more on the coast already, and it'd take you roughly 14 days travel to get there by walking. And
Get the Levres.
Yeah, to get to Levres. You could cut that time down by traveling 12 hours, and cut it down to at least probably 9 days.
They'll probably be gone by then because, I mean, they said there was a few days ago they saw the ship.
Maybe.
Hey, Patrick, could you ping on the map where they saw the ship at?
Actually, I'm on a completely different map, but yes, I will do that.
I would like to ask the Kree's parents if they know any faster way. Like, are there any horses or like smaller boats that we could take to Levres?
They look at you, and then they look at their wings, and they're like, well, we can fly.
Well, that's nice.
Flying has always been the preferred method of transportation around here.
Do y'all have any Pegasuses?
Pegasi.
That's probably going to be a no.
Pegasty?
Can you give us a piggyback?
I tell you what. You know what? We're going to roll for it. Give me a d20.
Oh
Wait.
This is
Wait, who do I have to carry though?
Hellfire.
The smallest one, probably. So even is a yes. So they are willing to fly you guys there.
Oh, that's nice.
Hey.
Fantastic.
Don't worry, we've got a sky chariot. You won't be riding on their back. Special occasion.
Thanks, Kree's parents and friends and family.
Great for asking.
You must really not have very many other friends if they're willing to carry us.
Mom, I told you say these things in front of people, and then they don't want to stay.
Oh my.
All right, so if you guys are ready to go, then they will actually pick you up in their talons and start flying you guys there, which is going to take a couple of days at least. Just so
They're going to have really sore armpits by the time.
That's better than 14 days.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm elated. I get to spend more time with my family because apparently that's really important to me.
It is.
Well, I
Yay.
mean, you left the party to go check on your family.
Oh yeah,
at,
yeah.
At one point.
Well, I'm
Family's
just
pretty
glad they're
important to
okay.
Kree.
Okay, so off you guys go. It takes you 4 days to get there. There's no need to go through all of that. So you get to Levres.
Oh, there's no sky encounter.
Would you
No,
like there to be a sky encounter?
No. No.
I mean,
Hush.
there can be. You're flying out over the ocean right now, though. Actually, along the coast. I'll give you the coastline.
Oh god.
No.
Because you got to stop at some point. All right. Levres. And I'm only going to put you guys on the smaller map. And it's not really on the map. It gives you a general idea of what the city layout is. Okay, so you guys get back to Levres, and everything has been cleaned up since the last time because you left in a massive battle with the air genocide and all that kind of fun stuff. So you get back, and it looks like everything is back to normal, except the population has actually increased since the last time you saw it. What, 2-3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Because you guys actually don't know how long you've been gone.
We did pass out.
Yeah. And nobody really tracked the time. What you got, Bellfire?
Balefire wants to go see if his armor is done from the workshop. That and his longbow, I believe.
All right, so you just rush off and you go into the blacksmith shop. What does everybody else want to do?
Is Tilly here? Not that Brogar would know who Tilly is.
You guys land down on the porch. You kind of get some odd looks because Aarakocra's not, it's not seen very often. So you get some weird looks, and then they take off. They say their goodbyes. They give Kree a hug, and then they take off.
Bye.
And they look at her and says, "You remember to brush your talons."
I will. Promise. You guys be sure to take care of yourselves. I can't go running off and making sure you're okay all the time, even though I totally will anyway.
Fair enough. So they take off and then they disappear, and you guys are free to roam about the city, or the town rather. And if you remember, there were guards roaming about with the red sashes. You have Grimshaw's Tavern is actually, it's the building with the blue awning out in front of it. Yep, that's the one. The warehouse actually looks like the last time you saw it was completely empty, but they've rebuilt it and is now full of crates and stuff. And oh damn, probably the most important thing. So
the ship's there?
yeah, okay, so when you guys are flying in, actually, I apologize for this. When you guys are flying in, you see 3 ships that are anchored out in the harbor, off, probably 200-300 yards away from the shore. They're smaller vessels than the Drunken Plague that you had seen before. So they look actually to be much faster. They have black sails, and then there's this golden tree, and it is sitting on top, or actually, I'm sorry, it's sitting in between that golden crescent moon. So you assume that those, actually, Mina, you saw the ships in the scrying crystal. So you know that that's what these are. So these must have been the ships that you had seen.
Okay.
So yeah, so you saw those coming in, and you guys, like I said, you're free to interact and do this however you will.
Okay.
I think we should go check out ships first, since they're in the harbor.
Well, there'll probably be. Is there a tavern, or is there a common meeting
Workshops?
place for people?
Well, you know that if they want to unload their ships and wares and all that kind of stuff, they're gonna come in to this port. The only tavern is Grimshaw's, so you know that. You know that there's a small inn. You know that the town hall. You know where that's located as well, because as soon as you come off the big dock, and straight into it goes up the stone pillars, and it's the only stone building in the town.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, Rogar doesn't know where anything is, but
Valid point.
Okay. That's true. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
And neither do I.
I've never been here
Arken
before.
doesn't
This is
either.
amazing. This is a city.
Oh.
There's people. I'm terrified. So Rogar is visibly nervous as we approach this town.
Oh.
And I do have your tokens on the map. You feel free to move them around, but there's no
Yeah.
real
Why
need
is
to.
Balefire in the blacksmith?
Because he wants to see if his armor is ready.
And
Oh
longbow.
my god! Of course he is.
Armor and longbow.
Rogar would
Okay.
rather swim.
I guess we should go over there then.
To the blacksmith.
Do that.
All right, so everybody starts to mingle in the blacksmith. Now, do me a favor. Roll me a 120, Balefire.
A 20.
1d20. Yes, sorry.
Crookshanks there? This is where we left him, right?
Yeah.
It is.
Crookshanks.
Actually, it was. It wasn't here. So you see like this little paw. I'm sorry. Yeah, your armor's gonna have like a paw like molded into it.
Sad.
No.
Terrible.
I know. I wouldn't do that to a cat. So yeah. All right. So you walk in and it's the same blacksmith. So he turns around and he looks at you and he's like, "Can I help you?"
Yes, I placed an order in here for armor and a longbow quite a while ago before the town was attacked, and we had to flee from the attacking, but we finally managed to come back.
And for those that don't know, actually, this is an older man. He's got thinning gray hair, and obviously dressed as a blacksmith with his tattered clothes and leather apron and all that kind of stuff. And he is missing a few teeth. I can't remember if I told you guys that last time. So
I don't know if you did.
No.
And there's no sign of Tilly, because you know this would have been the first place Tilly would have came to. All right, so he says, "Well, I'm sorry to tell you this, but it's not ready. You see, after the battle, we had to change our priorities. The new marshal has requested lots of armaments because of this to heighten security levels and arm the guards. If you'd like, I can have it ready in probably another 2 weeks."
2 weeks?
So yeah, it says just enough time to go down to the Isle of Serpents and then come back.
All right, sounds good.
Do you have any armor that would fit me?
Actually, if it would fit you, it would fit Balefire, because you guys are about the same.
Well, I don't need anything fancy. I'd be happy with like leather armor or anything.
Actually, if you're looking for leather armor, he would have leather armor.
Nice.
Yeah, Balefire is getting studded leather armor.
To which he
Yeah, I
gave
just
a
need-
sword. Actually, you guys gave up a
Sword and the
Two
magical
mace.
mace.
yeah.
Oops.
You'd think a magical mace would speed up the process.
Priorities, man.
Balefire turns to him and says, "So when we left, there's a bunch of Arcanazis attacking, or genocides, or how you pronounce the word. And I know a number of them were equipped with bows and arrows. Would you by chance have any of those for sale?"
He says that any of those would have already gone to the guards. You can ask them for them if you'd like.
Okay, thank you.
So at this point, he turns around and goes back to work. Oh, actually, he's going to offer the leather armor to Rogar. And he says, how will you pay for this?
Just go into that. I don't have anything because I'm poor.
Oh, I look to the man and I say, "This man helped save your town. I feel like that should deserve some kind of reward already."
And
Did-
he looks at him and he squints. Give me a persuasion roll.
Yeah.
He looks at him and he squints and he's like, I remember you. As doing us that favor, you can have this.
Rogar takes it very confused because he doesn't remember ever being here before.
I remember.
That was one hell of a persuasion roll.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
Well, and to help, Rogar is in Ethrun's body, and Ethrun actually was here fighting.
That's
Right. So Rogar has no idea.
Anyways, I take Rogar and I take him outside.
That's
Balefire just kind of gets a sad look in his eye as he misses his friend Ethrun.
He looks
Oh.
at Kree and he says, "You, I remember. The only error cry I've ever seen."
Yes.
Mina wanders outside.
Is there
What is your point?
is there anything you would like?
Oh, jeez.
So you have a shield. That's pretty great. So I don't think you need one of those. Are you wearing anything?
I'm
Can
wearing
druids
leather.
wear something?
I'm wearing leather.
Yeah, she can wear leather armor. She can't wear metal armors, but she can use a scimitar. I mean, go figure.
True.
Go for it.
I don't know. I think she's just gonna kind of look at him and say, "Don't. You should be putting your efforts towards making more armor, not giving your stock away for free."
Mean.
Any chance the fellow crafts bone armor? Sorry, somebody in chat was asking about bone armor. I don't know. That's a good question, but nobody's asked about bone armor. Probably not. Not for him.
I'm sure that's something that Tilly would probably ask since Tilly collected a bunch of bones, but
Yeah,
he's not here anymore.
So he looks at Kree and he says, "Okay, you're one of the good ones." And then he says, "Well, I hope you have a wonderful day." And he turns around and goes back to banging away on his anvil. All right, so you guys leave the blacksmith, and you see some people going up into the town hall, and they look to be wearing like two of them are wearing breastplates, and you catch a glimpse of like a symbol of a golden tree and a crescent moon on their armor.
Balefire looks at us and is like, that's the symbol that they were describing, right? Let's go see if we can talk to them.
Yes.
So one of them is this really tall human. He actually looks like he's probably around 6'5", 6'6". He's kind of balding on top, older, middle-aged gentleman. And then the other is a half-orc, a little bit shorter actually than him. He's got pale green skin, dark brown hair, and he actually he's got the breastplate, and he's actually wearing a black cape with it as well.
I turn into a woman.
So just out in the middle of everybody, he just turns into a woman.
Yes, indeed. And you walk, and I just like,
Wait,
if anyone fucks with me, I'm gonna...
I thought you were already a woman elf with blonde
Oh
hair.
yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, you
I
are.
already am a girl.
You're a
right?
woman.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
stop being a woman. Beautiful.
All right, so you guys
Okay.
you guys start heading up to the stairs and the platform.
Yeah, I'll be like, excuse me, sir. Hi.
So the
Thank
man turns around. He whispers something to the half orc, and the half orc goes inside. There are 2 guards there, and they kind of tense up when you approach. But then the human starts coming back down the stairs, and he looks at you, Mina, and he's like, "Well, can I help you?"
Hi, we were wondering, you're from the ships?
Depends on who's asking.
Well, I'm Mina. Who are you?
It's nice to meet you, Mina. My name's Kerbo.
Turbo. Okay, cool. Let's see. We're trying to get to the Isle of Serpents, and we've been looking for a ship.
Interesting. What's your business there?
Well, just something.
Exploration.
I tell you what.
We're adventurers.
Okay, so everybody else walks up except for Kree. Kree looks like she's looking at there's some vendors out there on the street too, by the way. They're selling fish, and it smells really nice to you.
Is that question still open? What are we going over there for?
Yes.
I pull out the map and I say we're cartographers. And there to explore the island.
Nice. Roll.
Lovely.
Actually, give me a persuasion roll. See if you can match it.
I love your new character.
Thanks.
Pretty
Oh,
great.
22. Yeah, no. He says, "That's terrific. Well, how about you ladies have a drink with me and we'll discuss it. We'll discuss your passage on the ships.
Sounds wonderful. When?
How about right now?"
Okay.
I like stroke my hair out of my face and I say I would love to.
So he holds his arms out to basically get you to wrap your arms around him. So he escorts you guys off.
Okay.
To the bar.
To Grimshaw's.
So those 2 arms, they're all over him. Well, not over him. He's more over them. And they're heading down to Grimshaw's. You guys see this. Belfire, Rogar, and Kree, you guys are left at the base of the stairs.
Wait, we're led to the base of the stairs?
Left at the base of the stairs.
Oh, left. I was like, who led us down there?
We wandered off with a guy from a ship, so.
Okay. Balefire is going to go to walk into the town hall to see if he can acquisition a bow and arrows.
So you go to walk up there, and the guard stop you and says, "What do you want?"
Good day, fine sir. I was wondering if I could talk to the new marshal about about getting some weapons from the fight that happened here some time ago.
Well, the marshal's busy, and all the weaponry are for the gods. Away with you.
Balefire says, I might be able to make it worth y'all's time if you'd give me a chance. And
what did you have in mind?
Balefire grabs the bag of holding and pulls out some of the.
Whoa. What are you doing there? Watch your hands.
I hold my hands up and says, "No weapons, I promise. I'm merely showing you something I can pay you with." And Balefire starts to open the bag to pull out gold and gems.
He looks at you and says, "The gold and gems have no worth here. Only steel. Steel and iron."
Okay, what if you'll bear with me? I'm about to pull out an arrow. I'm not to attack y'all, but what if I were to make a trade with you? and Balefire slowly pulls out one of his magical arrows.
This looks like a plain arrow to me.
Well, perhaps it needs someone with a little bit more of a trained eye to view it.
Good job.
Are you sassing me, boy?
No, sir. Not at all. I'd merely like to talk to someone who has,
Well, I told you that the marshal's busy.
as you say, have a good day.
That's what I
And
thought.
Balefire will store the arrow and walk away, laughing.
All right. So, Kree, Rogar, and Balefire, do you guys want to head anywhere else?
Yeah, I'll go visit Grimshaw.
I will dive into the bay and emerge victoriously with a fish clutched between my talons.
I got to see this.
Beautiful.
So she just takes off flight in the middle of nowhere. She saw all these
Yeah.
fish, and she's like, "I'm not paying for that." All right. So, do an attack roll for me. Let's do this.
Sure.
Please don't roll a 1.
Nope. She's good. She's got a 16. All right, so you come up with this nice looking, actually medium-sized tuna at this point. So you come up all in your talons and make your way back to the dock. And I know Balefire, Rogar, you guys are heading down to Grimshaw's.
Yeah, I'll sheepishly follow because I'm really nervous being surrounded by so many people.
Like Ether never left.
Here we go. Back to normal.
I'm used to
puts his
people
armor
just
on
trying to
Rogar.
kill me. So,
Oh, that's right, because you're weird dragon.
Yeah.
Balefire puts his
Don't
arm
use the
around
little crowds.
Rogar and says, "Hey, it's okay."
Did you just pull a Corsi?
Aw.
Oh.
Darcy would be so proud.
So while I'm at these docks here, can I start negotiating with some of the fishers and maybe like assist them in catching their fish for the day? And I'm like,
Fred continues.
can I start like a small business on the side while we're doing
You most certainly can.
And now she's pulling a Mina.
Just
Yep.
so you know, literally every time we come to this town, all of us get jobs all of a sudden. It's really weird.
Yeah, so a fisherman approaches me or something, and they're like, "Wow, that was really impressive. Help me make my quota."
Yeah, so you start negotiating with him. So you're feel free to work this deal, and let's see where this goes.
For each fish that I catch, so the currency, from what I understood, was steel, whatever that is. Must be the same thing that my scimitar is made out of. So I will negotiate for steel or metal bits in return for each fish that I give to them, whatever half market value is.
Okay, so the
Cutthroat.
fisherman tells you about steel and iron and copper currency. That's pretty much like the way it goes. When the ships from Serenity came, they brought the steel with them, and they're trying to introduce their currency because, as it stands, gold really has no value.
Right.
So the current main currency is steel, iron, and then copper, because copper can still be used more than gold to make weapons and all that kind of stuff. So it has more of a value.
Just gonna tell them to give me the metal bits for the fish.
So let's do this. Give me a D20. Let's see how successful you are.
Sure. 9.
9. Not terribly successful.
I'm fairly charismatic.
Is she? I thought she was more wise.
She's got a 15 in charisma.
Oh, fair enough. We'll have to come back to that one. We're gonna get them into the bar while you're doing this.
Yeah. That's
All right, so you guys go through the door, and per usual, you have the half orc Butch who's standing there with his little notebook and his table, and he says, "Please put your weapons on the table."
Okay.
I put my pseudo dragon on the table.
Oh, it's so cute.
Please do not touch him. He will bite you, and you might die.
He's a feisty little guy, is he?
You can say that, I suppose.
All right, so you guys, the Kerbo, he takes his weapon, like his sword, off the side and puts it down, and then escorts the ladies inside. When you walk in, it's actually much busier than you've seen before. However, Kerbo, it looks like when he walks in, some of the men at the first table actually get up, making way for him. So he sits you guys down, and from behind the counter, you can hear, bah ha 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 ha, and you recognize it as Grimshaw.
Okay.
So of course the bar is lined, but with him being a dwarf, you can't even, you see like the top of his head, but you don't see him.
Mm-hmm.
So you see his red hair kind of bouncing around as he's like throwing out drinks, and now he has a new barmaid. It's a younger female. She has come and brought you guys a pitcher down, and it's kind of like rushed off back to behind the bar.
Okay.
And Grimshaw just goes for the young ladies.
I'm gonna send a message to Grimshaw being like, "Hey, stranger."
What? Who's that?
It's me, Mina. Who else sends you telepathic messages?
Ah, Mina. Nice to see you, honey. Why don't you come on back to work for me?
I can't right now. We're entertaining a person who's hopefully gonna give us a ride in a ship.
Well, the job's always here for you.
Oh, thank you.
All right. So you guys, and actually, Kerbo extends the invite to Rogar and Belfire, who had followed you guys in.
Rogar is gonna see all the drinks and people around, and he's gonna decide that this isn't for him. He's actually gonna ask if there's anybody sick in town, if there's anybody that needs healing, anybody that's like sick with a disease or anything like that. Like, where's the doctor at the hospital?
You could probably check with the town guard.
Okay, yeah, I'll go do that because I just don't like being in this place. It's too loud.
The guard who got that sick burn earlier.
Nice.
he's just retching in pain right now. All right, so Kerbo, he looks at Mina and he says, tell me, you're cartographers, correct?
I look over to him and say, yeah.
How did you come about this trade?
Well, you see, when gold has no currency nowadays, so the only thing more precious than metal is information.
Truer words have never been spoken. So, tell me, have you heard about our mission?
No.
So, what brings you here? How did you know we were here? Crickets.
I didn't know if Mina was wanted to talk or not, but
Yeah, go
no,
for
we
it.
were just passing through town is all. We just happened to see these ships, and we just thought ourselves, oh, let us see, we have the opportunity to explore beyond the continent.
So, how's your map look right now?
Do I have that map from
the temple?
I don't think I would, because I'm Arken, not Carsey, so...
Actually, if anybody has it...
Balefire may have it in the bag of holding, right?
Balefire has Tilly's. He's got Tilly's stuff.
Okay.
So who would have the map? Would Etherin have had it?
Tilly says collection of papers from temple. It doesn't specifically say map.
That's
Yeah.
probably a bad, actually.
I don't have any maps.
So, you want to scribble something down real quick?
Huh?
Nothing. Never mind.
Oh, okay.
So how do I know you're really who you say you are?
We're just gonna look at my spell list real fast. Do I need anything that can do with this?
Charm person.
No, I don't have that. I can just stab him. Rain.
This is going well.
I'm afraid we don't have any maps on us, as our friend who ran off, who was quite nervous and skittish, is the one we have to carry around everything. I hope you understand. But I can promise you, I myself has been to this continent. I've even once stood where the Great Library once was.
Give me
Say
a perception, or not perception, persuasion check.
Please don't roll a 1. Beautiful.
Nice. I like that. I like you. What do you say, we get to know one another?
You're gonna have to buy me a few drinks first and some for yourself.
All right. So you guys start like talking back and forth, and feel free to ask him. He tells you about his mission here from Serenity to bring the currency and introduce like an economic system that they currently have in the Kingdom of Serenity. And he says, after the Dragon Onslaught, we had to elect a new queen. But it took us a while to rebuild the civilization, but we're getting stronger. And that's why we're here.
Okay. Interesting.
Tell me more about this Dragon Onslaught that you were talking about. I'm afraid I am, as you can tell as a cartographer, I've traveled a whole lot and quite ignorant sometimes of the history around here. I'm more of an ancient history person. I hope you understand.
So he goes through and tells you about all the events of the Dragon Onslaught, about how the Lyceum took control of them. Or I'm sorry, how the dragons came down and destroyed everything, and it was the Lyceum that saved them.
Okay, awesome. I was just doing that because I don't think my character would know about it. Because yep.
I was trying to wake you up so you'd have time.
He's not muted.
Oh well.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, okay.
I looked at Mina. Do you have any questions?
I'm sorry.
My only
So the
question.
new queen. Who's the new queen? You said you had to elect a new queen.
Ah, yes. She is rather young. So, it's actually Queen Cassandra's daughter. If you ever heard of Queen Cassandra. I actually said king there for a second. You have?
I haven't. No.
So he goes on to tell a story about how she was probably one of the greatest queens of Serenity, and it was the time before the Dragon Onslaught, and she actually stood beside Governor Razian Knox during the Battle of Serenity, and that's when she died. So in her honor, it's almost like a favor vote that she got, but her daughter is the one that got the vote. However, she's only 12. So
Okay.
Awful young for a queen. How's she doing?
She's very mature for her age. She's made a lot of wise decisions, and that put me here in your kind graces. And he kind of like winks.
I mean, no,
Perception, or no, I'm sorry, persuasion.
Give him an encouraging smile and be like, "Go, please continue."
So he goes on for like he could just continue talking. But I'm gonna switch gears and go to Kree real quick because she's working up some fish deals.
I am working on a small entrepreneurial project. I'm gonna bring the owl folk into the 20th, or I don't know what century this is, but they're gonna be brought into it. So I'm attempting to negotiate a situation in which I would work for 2 to 3 farmers for the remainder of the day, as long as we're in town. I would catch the fish for the farmers. Of each catch for each, fisher, I'm still, for each fisherman, I would keep 2 to 3 of the fish for the party so I could cook and eat. And then the remainder, they would pay me half market value for in metal bits.
Okay. So we can definitely work that up. That's easy.
Yeah, I thought that was a pretty easy contract.
Sounds like a plan. Sorry, I'm reading. I was reading.
And
What
then
they were
I'm
talking
gonna-
about in chat.
I'm gonna send a letter over to some of my relatives. Maybe one or two of them, like stuck around to check out town, and I'm gonna be like, "Hey guys, business opportunity." I'm gonna set it up so when I come back, we'll have a lot of metal bits.
So
'cause
they've
that's-
all like moved back from the Whitefall Cliffs, and then now they live in Levres.
Well, no, some of them have to stay on and be druids, I'm sure. But it'd be nice to have my family established in a town if I'm gonna be an adventurer.
Fair enough.
And they said metal bits is what make the world go round. So, I mean, I have no stock in wealth, but metal bits seem to be useful.
Makes sense to me. For a druid. Okay, so you're working on that. Arken and Mina are working on Kerbo. Rogar is looking for I guess you'd call it the field hospital.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna go through all of this. Having you go through and become a guard like Carsey did. But you managed to find. You go up into the town hall. You tell them like what you're there for, and they lead you back to a room off on the right side of the main room for the town hall. And one of the things that you noticed is that the one they kept addressing as Marshall was a middle-aged human male, bushy mustache, kind of wavy brown hair, and they said his name was Taurus. If you remember correctly, Taurus Banner was his name. So
I don't remember anything.
no, I know that, but you would have caught that part. So they lead you back there, and there's a couple of beds, and what looks to be wounded soldiers. Apparently, there was an attack a couple nights ago, and they were ambushed.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll approach claiming to be a healer. And I'll pray, I'll pray out loud, speaking like Marlena's name, asking for healing, and I'll cast Cure Wounds, cast Healing Word, cast Lesser Restoration, whatever's required to heal the people. Yeah.
So I know what you're doing. And okay, so you do all of that, and these two men, they come to. And the one that was standing there that had been taking care of them this whole time just has his mouth open, and a bowl of water drops out of his hand, and he's like, "How did you do that?"
Melena's power flows through me.
Who is this?
She is returned.
Who is Melena?
She is a deity of fairness, kindness.
Blasphemy.
I am going to cast Thaumaturgy. It says you manifest a minor wonder, a sign of supernatural power. So I want to create a visage of Melena's form behind me, and I want my eyes to sort of this blue flowing stuff to sort of flow out of it. Nothing extreme. I just
nothing extreme. Just a vision and blue eyes.
Nothing overly huge and flashy, but just yeah.
Okay, so you do this, and his eyes just go huge. He's just wide-eyed now, and his face or his skin turns pale, all the blood is left from it, and he's like, "You're a witch." Burn the witch.
No witch.
See if she floats.
Am I heavier than a duck?
And at this point, he turns around and he goes to put his hands on the door to open the door, and he's gonna scream something.
No witch would offer healing for free.
Is that what you say?
Yeah.
Give me a persuasion.
Shit.
You're gonna have -1. Oh no. Not bad for -1.
All right, so he hesitates, and he turns around. What do you mean?
I'm simply offering aid to those who need it. I'm being fair.
Well,
And I'm simply telling you of the powers that exist in this world.
so, all right, so that's going on. And now we go back down to Arken, Arken and Mina.
Yeah.
So,
how's it going with him?
so he looks at the elf, the female elf, and says, "I never caught your name."
You can call me Arcanis.
Sorry, your mic's a little light.
You can call me Arcanis.
Arcanis. Yes, I definitely will call you that.
That's not all you'll be calling me tonight if you do what I ask of you.
Oh, really? I like where this is going. So, we have a day before we will leave this town. So, would you care to join me in the inn?
This is a repeat of Carsey.
What did I say earlier?
I missed it. What's going on?
I don't know. I think something happened with his camera.
Well.
Uh-oh. Okay, so Mina, he tells you that they're gonna be pulling up anchor and leaving within the next day.
Okay. So, if we wanted to get to the Isle of Serpents, who would we talk to?
You're looking at him.
Yeah, wonderful. So, I'm not very good at this.
No, you're good. Yeah, I was reading. It says, I'm not sure I want to see what he comes back dressed as.
Uh-oh.
Arken starts to disrobe strategically and camera breaks. It's probably a good thing.
Well, he got a lot farther with the male guard before the camera broke.
Oh, yes. That's true.
Actually, I'm pretty sure it was the lightning and the attack on the town that disrupted that.
Oh, yeah, it was. You're right.
Yeah. That was probably good timing for a lightning bolt, too.
I guess you could say sparks were flying.
Oh,
Yeah.
This guy.
He was not expecting to be role-playing that.
I don't think I was either as a DM. All right,
Okay.
so since he's gone, we're going to speed this up a little bit.
Okay.
All right, what do you guys... Rogar, you talked to this guy, and you talked to him for a little while, and you find out that his wife has actually been sick. She had been stricken with some sort of disease, and the healers in the town and the local area could not fix her, or could not make her better. So I imagine you're going to go off with him.
Yeah.
Kree has successfully built up a stockpile, and because of this, give me a D20, and then a D4.
Ooh. Oh.
Man.
That's a good use of a 1.
Well, you managed to get 3 full steel pieces.
I go back to the party, feeling reinvigorated, and say, I got those metal bits to get you to talk to the important guy.
Oh. Well, thank you.
Sorry, somebody just redeemed Monsters Can Crit too.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
Balefire for that awful pun.
The awful pun.
I missed the pun. What was the pun?
Because we said that Carsey stopped with that guy because the lightning striked, and that's what broke up that. I said, yeah, I guess you could say sparks were flying.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. It didn't occur to me that was a pun. Okay, fancy.
Yeah. Apparently they didn't like it. The people have spoken.
Fair enough.
This monsters can crit will be very, very useful.
Oh no.
Okay, so Kerbo actually wants to retire for the evening and takes Arcanis. Arcanis, right? That's what he
Yep.
said.
Arcanis.
Takes back to the inn because since Arken is actually here, Kerbo's gonna have his way.
Wow.
So Mina, you're stuck there in the bar, and Grimshaw looks at you. He comes over and he says, "Well, are you ready to get to work?"
Might as well, because I think Arken is taking care of getting our ride. So sweet.
All right. So he hands you a tray, and he says, "Have fun, love."
Awesome. Go and talk with the locals and see what's been new.
What's Bellfire doing at this time?
Before Arken, or the female name of which he gave the guy, Balefire asked the sailor if he has any sway to get him a meeting with the. Oh gosh, you didn't find out the name of the head honcho, right? Just that there's a new one.
Correct. You did not. The only one that has is Rogar.
Okay, so I asked him for that guy's name and if he could get me a meeting with him.
Tell you what. Roll a d20 real quick. Let's see if he does it.
Oh wow.
He just kind of like brushes you aside because he's got Arcanis in his arms now, and he's holding her like wedding style, like through the door, heading up to the inn.
So he doesn't take his weapons with him, correct?
What, you gonna steal the man's weapons?
I'm just seeing if he took his weapons with him, Patrick.
You did not see him grab them. No, he's got more important things in mind.
Gotcha. Okay.
Oh my.
And the inn is, where's the inn on the map? It's this one,
down
correct?
towards
Yep,
the-
that's the one.
Okay.
It's kind of like it's right across from the town hall with the black roof.
Okay. Dang it, if only we didn't need a boat ride from him.
If only. So Kree, are you gonna retire for the night, or are you gonna continue to do your fishing all through the night?
That depends. How's my client demand?
Well, it saves them from having to go get fish, and since it's half price, they can still turn a profit. So there's going to be a demand for it.
Night fishing, the percentage goes up by 10, so I get 60%.
Because this is more dangerous.
Mhm.
That's when the dragon orcas really come out to feed.
Exactly.
Don't roll a 1. Okay, hold on 1 second. Let me get
So you want me to roll a d20 again to see how successful I am, or just an
Yes.
attack roll?
do the actually just give me a d20.
Okay. A 9 again.
So you're gonna end up with about the same amount. Another
Okay.
3 steel.
Do I get a little bit more because it was an extra 10%?
Actually, yes, you would. You would get 4.
4 steel. That's 7 steel total, guys. We're on our way. On our way to the big time. Is that what's the equivalent of that? That's like a GP, SP, CP.
So the steel bits or the steel coins actually are the equivalent of gold.
Okay. Ooh, hey, 7 gold.
Nice.
Well, 7 steel. And maybe this is enough to get us in to see whoever it is in the big fancy house.
Is she talking to Is Kree talking to Balefire?
Yeah, I mean, I
think you're the only one there.
think it's a bit silly that they have such a lavish establishment when you could live so much easier in such a smaller, more contained, environmentally friendly habitat. But
I agree. I think you could definitely live much more efficiently.
I walk into like an argument for SeaWorld.
Welcome back.
Sorry. I need the back of my computer, and the battery was just like, nah, I'm not leaving. My computer got embarrassed for me, I guess.
Well, you're in a hotel with the guy right now, so have fun.
Yeah, you made friends
Oh, okay.
by yourself.
Okay, good.
Not with.
Stranger
not
danger.
It's okay as long as he doesn't.
He didn't bring his weapons, so.
Well, as long as he does it from the back, I don't care.
Because Balefire really wants to take them. He's going to tell the guy that his friend forgot his weapons and he's just going to go take them to him. But we really need that guy for the ship, so Balefire's not going to do that.
I have magic. Are you just going to bring my familiar to me? Like, that's why I left down there. Were you going to have him watch? So I can see it twice?
God.
God, this is just...
This is horrible.
Carsey.
This is just horrible.
Oh, his name is not Carsey.
Oh, it's definitely Carsey right now.
Oh, it's the same room too.
Oh my
I think Carsey subconsciously came into this new form. Is Carsey a ghost that like just randomly possesses Zach's characters?
He's not dead yet, so like who knows?
He wasn't dead last time we saw him. He was just fingerless.
Screaming out of his mind.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, definitely. Oh, bronze is actually not a bad idea. Sorry, I was reading Griffin that said steel, iron, bronze, and copper. Bronze actually isn't a bad idea.
So that'd be a good one.
We might implement that one.
Griffin like Chris, or is he an actual person who isn't in the group?
I think Griffin's a actual viewer, not a player.
Yeah, Griffin's a viewer, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I think Patrick, correct me if I'm wrong, but doesn't the bag of holding have bronze in it from that dragon sword that we got?
No, you guys only took the chest of stuff.
Okay.
Good try. Good try though. Good try.
Well, all it says is, oh, there it is. I was reading undisclosed amount, and then a little bit lower it says golden gems.
Yep.
Okay. So I guess can Balefire and Kree, if he wants to go back. Well, what time is it? You said it was getting kind of late.
Oh, it's dark now.
It's dark now.
She was night fishing.
I was
That's
night
true.
fishing. So I got the
I
extra.
wonder if they'll even be there. If we should just go tomorrow morning. What do you think, Kree?
I shall roost for the night and meet you at the fancy house in the morrow.
Alrighty.
Roost for the night. Love it.
And I will, in fact, do just that. I'll find a building to roost on the roof or like in a little...
Oh, dang it. Balefire was going to hop on the shed thing and just sleep on the roof, looking at the stars.
A random shed. That's the warehouse. Yeah. But yeah, that's actually where I was thinking about putting Kree too. So Mina's going to work all night. Rogar, you get back to this man's it's a little rundown thatched roofed house. He seems to be a very inadequate farmer from the look of his crops. So he gets back in there, takes you into the first room. Is actually only like a 2-bedroom or 2-room house. There's the first main room, and there's like a little kitchen area over in the corner, and then the bedroom with a little single bed, and there's a very sickly looking woman laying in it, human woman. Very like it's very emancipated, or what is it? Emaciated? Yeah.
Emaciated.
Emaciated. There we go. So she looks very, very sickly. Oh, your mic is out. You broke it.
All
it's a
the
curse.
time.
Curse of Carsey. Curse
Yes,
of Carsey.
Yeah, you're.
I do it all for them 20s.
There we go. Sorry. I had muted myself because I was eating.
Muted.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, so I'm going to look at the guy. No, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to look at him to, like, sort of get permission to approach her.
And he nods his head.
All right, so then I'm going to walk up and cast Lesser Restoration.
All right. Give me a quick rundown on the spell.
the spell. I'll just click it.
All right, so you touch a creature and in one of the... Oh, nice. Okay, so you do this, and you can tell when you touch her she has a fever. So you cast it, and it's almost like her skin is almost painted over because it then becomes like more flesh colored. And she lets out a deep gasp. And she kind of like weakly opens up her eyes and looks up at you. And then, astonished, the man kind of like runs by you and grabs her hand and starts like whispering to her.
Just be sure to speak of what you've seen today. I walk out the door.
So before you, like when you go to leave, he says, "Wait, I don't even know your name."
Rogar.
What do I tell people?
Tell them that Melina has returned. The war with Titan will begin.
Will you be
Be
back?
ready. Hmm?
He asks, "Will you be back?"
I will.
And then you say you just leave.
Yeah.
So you leave this man like hugging his wife. Surely she was on her deathbed. And then you make your way back to town. Periodically, you see Kree. Well, I was going to say you see her like going down, swooping down into the water, and then coming back up. But she's actually roosted by now.
Okay. So I don't see anybody.
No, it seems like everything's kind of died down. You see occasionally some people walking in and out of the tavern and a few guards here and there, but most of the people have already packed up in their homes.
Okay, I'm going to walk out to the woods and find a tree to sleep under.
All right, so, excuse me. There's no really like patches of forest or anything around because most of this is like farmland, but you can occasionally find a tree here or like a little cluster, but nothing significant.
Okay.
Does that make
I
sense?
just don't want to sleep near anybody. I'm used to sleeping away from things.
So you find a comfortable tree. It's actually quite nice because if you remember, there's that huge tower with the continual flame on top of it that acts as the beacon, the lighthouse. So there's one close by it, right off the docks. So you have the sound of the waves, and then you have this soft glow from the flame. So it's quite nice. So you do that. Mina's doing that. So now we're gonna fast forward to morning.
Wait, real quick before we do
I have
Patrick.
questions for Grimshaw actually.
Oh, okay.
But go ahead. Sorry.
What you got, Belfire?
Balefire is gonna try and look around and see if he can find crooks.
You're gonna leave your. All right, give me an investigation check.
And would you say I'm in wilderness or no?
No, investigation.
No, I was saying, would you say that I'm in the wilderness?
Oh, no, I wouldn't say that.
Or natural environment?
Definitely
Okay.
in town.
Yeah, you're in town.
Oh,
Yep.
last time,
Definitely didn't find him then.
just everything happened. We'll just call it a day. Yeah.
Wait, you're. I'm sorry, you're coming in a little
Of course I'm
quiet.
coming in quiet. Can you hear me now?
No, sorry, I can't hear you over the screams.
Screams. What?
I'm the best agent of my weird god thing there ever will be. You better see that, and I swear to whatever his name is, Itzail. I'm gonna get a promotion by the end of this.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I would definitely think that. So Balefire goes out and looks for crooks, but comes up empty-handed. What were you saying, Arken?
So we're just gonna assume everything happened last night. We're just gonna skip over that, yeah? Or do you need me to roll an acrobatics check?
A dexterity saving throw.
That's the one thing I'm not good at those. I am real not good at those. I am good at those. I lied. I rolled a strength saving save. Whoops. There we go. There you go.
There you go.
All right, so you don't pull any muscles, so you're good. All right, so Mina, you said you had some questions for Grimshaw. What you got?
Yeah, so as we're cleaning up, where is Koa, by the way? Did he stay back?
He stayed with Kree's family.
He did, actually.
So
We're taking him in.
What's that, Kree?
We're taking him in. We're
Yeah.
gonna teach him how to fly.
oh no.
Koa knows how to fly.
He's gonna be the weird uncle.
There you go.
Koa
The
actually.
crazy neighbor.
One of the things that you noticed about Koa is that when you guys were walking back to the Whitefall Cliffs, he mumbled something, snapped his fingers, and this broom appeared into his hands.
Did you say a broom?
A broom.
A
Sorry.
broom.
Koa's a witch.
I wonder whose broom that could be.
So, you had questions for Grimshaw.
Yeah, so she is, or I'm going to keep cleaning and just message him telepathically because I don't feel like talking about the stuff out loud. So I was like, hey, we saw a friend of yours, Koa, at the Lyceum.
He brightens up when you mention this, and he says, "You saw Koa?"
Yeah, he had been captured, and well, he's staying with Kree's family now. He's free, but
Well, tell me, how is he?
seems pretty good. He's very friendly.
Was he hurt?
No, he was just captured. They apparently he was very happy to be out of the cage, but he's fine now.
Oh, well, thank you for rescuing him.
But we're had an interesting experience, and I relay the whole thing with the Illithid to him telepathically because I don't want to talk about this out loud, and tell him about our plan to go get the dragon rod. I'm pretty much, if any of our party had decided to keep any of the secret from Grimshaw, that went out the door.
So you go through
I'm
this
asking
whole.
if he knows anything about where we're going.
So you go through this whole spiel, and he's like listening to you very intently and like ignoring everybody that comes up to him, because clearly he's concerned. And he tells you that he's never came across a mind flayer, so he doesn't know what that is.
Now I can relay him plenty of information on mind flayers, and it's all horrifying.
So it's like the things from your worst nightmares.
Yeah.
And then plus this one being,
Extra.
rotting mind flayer.
Yeah.
So he's taking all that in, and he's kind of like stumbling over his words now.
Yeah.
But what specifically do you want to ask him?
So I want to ask him about, we're going to this continent, and does he know anything about it? Did he ever do anything with it in his travels before the dragon onslaught?
Which continent is that?
Ugh, you're making me look it up. Darn it.
Would it be Kalari?
Kalari, yes.
Kalari. That's home of the elves.
Yes.
I've never been there, but I heard it's very dangerous now, especially after the dragon onslaught.
Yeah.
But before, I heard rumors of its beauty.
Okay. And has he ever had any dealings with demons and devils, because there's 2 portals there, and we're gonna have to be fighting them, or any information to help us with that?
I've never encountered a demon or a devil. They were very rare in these parts until that time.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I don't think I ever ran across any during my adventuring days.
Okay. And between demons and devils and portals and a extremely powerful mind flayer lich creature, which do you think is the worse option? Because if we close these portals, we're going to free the Lich, essentially.
So back in my day, we had to make decisions like this. It's rather difficult, but personally, I would have to sacrifice for the greater good.
Okay.
So, with that being said, I would definitely close the portals.
Okay. I just want to make sure we're on the right track.
Because if you really think about it, it's a numbers game. So, what would you rather face? A single mind flayer, granted he's undead and probably can come back to life or unlife, or hundreds of demons and devils.
Okay. Anyways, that was pretty much all I can think of right now.
Okay. So he gives you a little bit of advice, and then he kind of sends you. All right, he tells you, he says, "Why don't you take the rest of the night off?"
Okay. Cool.
So, so you're gonna go get your room at the end, or I don't know. It might be a little noisy over there right now.
Yeah, I don't know if I really want to go to the inn. I might just sleep in the bar.
Now, if you remember, there's that room underneath.
I figured he'd be there.
Maybe there could be like 2 rooms.
Yeah.
He does offer you. Screw it. Yeah, there's one down there.
Cool. Awesome. I'll stay there. Thank you. All right.
So everybody rest up. Actually, I think Bellfire had something for me. Okay. And all right, so I know what Bellfire's doing. Now, sun's starting to come up. Everybody's going to start waking up, with the exception of one, Arcanis. She had a long night. Nothing? Oh, he's talking, but I can't hear him.
Oh, no.
Hello? 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 Hello?
Hi, we can barely hear you.
What is my mic doing this to me?
Oh, there's a whisper. There's a whisper from him. Her. From her. Him. Her.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
I feel like it's
yes.
one of those AT&T commercials. Can you hear me now? What about now?
No, that guy's with Sprint now.
Oh, was
He was
that?
there. He was there with AT&T. He was with
It was
Verizon.
Yeah. Anyway, what is this Verizon you speak of? All right. So everybody starts to come to. Rogar, you climb down from your tree. Kree, you're up before anybody else, with the exception of Bellfire, unfortunately, because he's an elf. Or I'm sorry, he's not an elf. He's just something else. And then Mina, you wake up to the smell of eggs.
Score.
Grimshaw loves him some eggs.
Yep.
Grimshaw. And Arken, you finally start to come to, and you happen to roll over just in time to get a full moon as he pulls his pants up.
I don't react. It's okay.
All right, so starting with Kree, what do you want to do first?
I would like to present the metal bits to the greedy man.
The greedy man being at the front door.
I'm gonna take Balefire with me because I think we had agreed to meet up and accomplish this.
That we had.
I'm just gonna hand them over to you because obviously I have no concept of this currency. So I'm gonna say here, I got 7. I hope it's enough.
Yes. Thank you very much. I appreciate this.
All right.
Hopefully it will prove worthy of your time.
Hopefully. I mean, I like fishing anyway, and I got some fish for us to eat later if it comes down to it.
Yeah. Lovely. So Balefire will approach back up here again.
Okay, so you guys are going back up there. So there's a different guard up there this time. Darker skin, with brown hair, red sash, leather armor, and a scimitar on his side. And he looks at you and says, What do you want?
Good day, fine sir.
It is a good day, isn't it? Is he
It is.
stretching? I'm just coming on duty.
Have some. You said this was iron, correct? Yes, iron. I'd have some iron that I would like to trade
steel.
y'all. Or steel. Was it steel? Steel.
Steel.
It looks like iron to me. Yeah, I'll take it.
I'd like to trade y'all for some arrows and
Nobody
a
got it.
longbow.
He tells you that he's not the person to see for that. He says,
Would you mind taking me to the person who is?
he actually tells you that their armor and weapons are not for sale at this moment. He tells you that we need all the weapons and armor that we can get.
For defense purposes, correct?
That's correct.
Well, last time I was here, there was a huge attack from the Arcanis, and I spent most of my weapons helping to defend this town. I was hoping to replenish some of those from the loot y'all took from the bodies, and I was wanting to offer you trade for it, if that was possible.
Well, we don't see
for
it as
helping
loot.
defend.
We see it as payment for wrecking our city.
Wrecking your city? Would you have rather us just left and left you to deal with the attacks as they were and left you to wreck your own city? Do you think you could have done a better job?
I think he meant the other
Air
people
genocide.
wrecking the city.
We didn't really wreck the city.
Oh.
We're okay.
He says, he looks at Kree and he says, forgive me, I'm new.
Wait, you got really quiet there, Patrick. I didn't hear that.
He said, forgive me, I'm new.
No problem, sir. Is there any chance I could talk to someone inside, by chance?
The marshal's not awake yet.
Alrighty. Well, thank you for your time, and I might be back later to try and talk to him when he is awake.
He says, well, would you like for me to give a message to Marshal Banner?
Yes, please. Would you tell him that one of the travelers that helped defend this town would like to make trade for some of the arrows and bows acquired from defending?
All right. And the name doesn't ring a bell at all, does it?
Banner?
Yeah.
Isn't that the guy that killed
Is the one that
orc
killed-
and pinned it on the captain?
He's the corrupt guy.
That'd be the one.
Yep. Okay.
Great.
That's gonna be fun to deal with.
I wonder how his ex-wife is doing.
That's a very good question. Okay, so Mina, you're coming out of the bar.
Okay.
Tavern.
Yep. Go find other people.
At this point, you see the victim, Kerbo, actually heading towards the docks, and you start to see like more people are filling the streets. And Kree, you see what you can. You determine that they are members of the ships, and it looks like they're getting all like the little rowboats and stuff packed with supplies, like they're getting ready to leave.
What if that dude left without me noticing?
Oh no, he got up, put his pants on, and then says, "Thank you for the lovely night."
Okay, yeah, we needed to have that conversation because I don't think
Yeah, you just
you didn't just leave me. I promise. Goodness. So you want to back that up real quick for us, just a second?
Sure.
Before he does that, he leaves. I asked him, "So, would you mind giving me and my crew a ride to the Isle of Serpents?"
Oh. Would I also be having your company in the captain's quarters on this journey?
Well, of course.
Oh my gosh, Randy, your face.
What?
The face you made when Patrick said that.
Dude,
well, he
bit
is
too
the cleric.
much. Yeah.
Oh man.
Sorry.
Glad your
Okay.
character isn't there. He gets himself into these situations.
Oh,
I
Kree,
Yes.
just so you know, you've been challenged to a duel.
For 0 gold.
I know you got to put an amount with it when you do it, so you got to duel the person, then the gold amount. All right, so he offers to give you guys a ride for your company on these lonely seas.
Oh.
Sorry, for only one in particular.
That doesn't matter. As long as he lets them on, I don't care.
Congratulations, you're like a hooker.
I'm effective one of the least, okay?
Hey, he's kickstarting the economy.
Fair enough.
I'm trying to save the world, okay?
Well, you know, I mean,
When you say he's kickstarting the economy, are you saying Zach's kickstarting the economy and that's the way to buy everything?
Well, technically, it's Arken.
Yeah.
Sorry, Arken.
Currently Arcanis.
Yes.
Arcanis. Are you saying Arcanis was kickstarting the economy, or that the other guy was kickstarting the economy?
Definitely Arcanis.
Well, people made fun of me for being a barmaid for my Levres job.
Yep.
Thanks.
I got us a ride, so it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, my mission was successful.
Fair enough.
All right, so do you guys want to? Sorry, I was trying to read this name. Cross Just X. Thanks for the follow. So
Cool.
sorry, it popped up on the screen. I couldn't read it. It was moving. Moving pictures. Cross Justice. Probably.
Okay.
I don't know. I got it because you know him.
All these chats I
would
can't
make sense.
respond to.
All right, so you guys want to get supplies up for this nice voyage that you're gonna go on. It's up to you. You could probably find enough supplies with your 7 steel. You could probably round up some stuff. Or you can.
Are we leaving right now?
You're going to. You see everybody's kind of like making way for the ships. They want to get an early start.
Okay.
Dang it.
Though Kree could probably just dive bomb into the ocean as you go along. She'd be like a favorite on the ship.
Yeah, sure. I'll continue my fishing business in exchange for
Metal
passage.
bits?
And metal bits. Fuck the pass. I mean, sorry. Oh my God,
We
I'm so
already had
sorry.
passage.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, for that
forget
reason.
forget the passage.
Yeah, that's already taken care of.
Did the slots not work for you?
No, they didn't.
That's weird.
Slots? I don't know.
Oh yeah, you can play slots roulette and duel people.
Fancy.
For some reason, it's not working.
Did I get any tips from barkeeping? Barmaiding?
Collectively, I'll give you another 2 steel.
Cool.
You got better tips as the night went on.
Oh, Kree, you just have to do slots. Don't do slots 100.
No, you still have to put a bet on it.
No, that's... It does 100 automatically. Unless you're dueling someone.
It's okay. It's really not that important.
it's a mini game. They're all important. Okay, so you got 2 steel. You guys are rounding stuff up.
Okay. Cool.
Anything in particular you're looking for?
Arrows.
Roll a d20 for me. Just a straight d20. 12. As you're walking to the docks, the blacksmith, he comes running out of the his little freaking blacksmith shop, his smithy, and he says, "Oh, I'm glad I found you. I forgot I had this. I'm sorry." And he hands you a set of studded leather armor.
What? Yes.
And he says, "Thank you for that wonderful mace."
You're quite welcome, sir. Thank you.
Wasn't that like a +3 mace?
He is +2 mace.
Yeah.
Before I leave, I offer him the leather armor that I currently have in exchange for a longbow upon my next return.
I thought you had already paid him for that.
Did I already pay him? Okay. For more, so for like I said, 20 arrows.
Wait, say that one more time.
So I offer to give him my current leather armor in exchange for 20 arrows when I return next.
Okay, he agrees to that.
Okay. So I give him my leather armor and I put on the studded leather armor.
All right, in the middle of the street.
Yep.
Got it.
No fire's not shy.
Okay,
Apparently
so
nobody in this party is.
Listen,
What?
it's my job.
all right, so you guys are getting ready to go to the board this ship. Is there anything else you want to do before you get on it?
Yeah, I want to grab a tissue.
Okay.
Do we need to take a quick intermission?
That'd be great.
Okay.
Yeah, 5 minutes would be cool.
Be right back, guys. Those that are here, please entertain our guests. Somebody, please. I'll be right
Hi.
back. I'll be right back.
What
I
a-
promise.
How are we supposed to entertain them? They don't like my puns. Oh, is everyone leaving? Oh, thanks, guys. Nice chat. Alrighty, people still on the stream. We're about to board a ship and head to the Isle of Serpents. What should we do when we get there? Fine, no more lightning puns. What would you like us to do? Give us some ideas for what to do when we get to the Isle of Serpents.
Okay.
Having fun? Having fun?
Yeah, it's certainly interesting. I know it's probably putting an interesting twist on Kree, but you know.
I enjoy it. The entrepreneur. Good.
Hopefully she doesn't get too upset about the fishing entrepreneurship.
I don't think, yeah, it's fine. I do think that there should be.
I just hit myself in the damn head with my headphones.
Nice.
So what'd I miss?
Everything. I think in 20 years there should be a fishing empire run by
Kree.
Owl people?
Kree's family.
House Kree. Oh, she's gonna have to. It's gonna be like a rival between her and Grimshaw for everybody's money.
Sounds about right.
But somebody asked earlier, like why I started streaming this. So I thought this would be a good time to answer that. It felt like a good idea at the time.
But so when you say at the time, are you having second thoughts on that?
Every day. No, in all honesty, like you can ask Kim. Oh, is that why somebody said behind the scenes? Is because she's back there making something? What is she?
Hey, since y'all are back, I'll be right back now. Since y'all may talk, so BRB.
So yeah, so I mean, I've been started back 3 years ago DMing with 3.5, and I did that for him was part of the campaign then, and that was actually at a physical table, so it wasn't on Roll20. And then I started back. I took about 8 months off, and then I started back on Roll20 when I discovered it. And then did a couple of things there. Excuse me. And then time kind of caught up with me, so I didn't have as much as I wanted to actually put on a campaign. So then I kept messing around with it and kind of building a world and all that stuff. And then that's when I decided to go ahead and make another campaign and do it on Roll20. So I started it with sort of an idea that I wanted to do the Twitch, and to be honest with you, it's mainly because I saw how much fun it was to watch the Acquisitions Incorporated stream, and just I was thinking about it, and I started putting the thing together to recruit. So it was like either maybe, kind of, I hadn't really 100% decided yet till about 2 weeks, and I just decided to start doing it. So I started looking at other streams and stuff, seeing, and slowly progressed to where we are now, essentially. So there's no motivation for it other than sharing a story. Yeah, that was very loud.
What was really loud?
Your mesh shirt that rubbed up against the camera.
Me? Who?
I'm joking. It looks like a mesh shirt.
By sitting down, it was very noisy.
Yeah, something hit your microphone.
Oh, that's probably when I grabbed it because my mic's right here on my headphones.
Gotcha.
Your beard is so rough, so manly.
But no, there's no motivations behind it other than getting the entertainment value. Like, hopefully other people are getting entertainment value out of it, honestly. And I have these banners and stuff. Like, this was literally came in a box. It was $5 for that, the mouse pad, and some sticky notes. So it was like a trial thing. So I was like, hey, I got it. Why not use it?
Oh, Randy, as far as, are you drinking wine?
Welcome to the party.
Yes.
It's been like that all
I mean,
night.
he's probably about to have a party. No, so as far as the beard being rough, it's really annoying because I'll have my headphones on and then I'll get caught or something and it gets caught in my beard. I have to pull it out of my beard.
Well, there's a simple solution, right?
Not shaving, because that's not an option, Patrick.
Is that what? Never mind.
I'm not allowed to have a beard in my job, so I'm going to have it while I can.
Okay.
Why are you ignoring the?
That's exactly where I was going with that. So you and I are on the same page, Randy. It's like he shaved everything but from here down.
To be fair, I'm 19. It doesn't really grow up here yet, so.
Okay.
Wait, we're talking about facial hair? What?
Yeah.
Does it grow on the
I don't want to
chin?
grow it here.
Where?
It's the fact that it doesn't really grow there well yet, so I don't let it. Because it just looks really scraggly.
Talk about beards.
I'm sorry, what's going on?
I mean, there's not really a better place to talk about beards than D&D.
That's true. There's a lot of beards in D&D.
I don't hate mine. Mine's okay. It just gets curly is all. The trick is conditioner in it.
Wait, Zach, give us a beard. I thought that was I thought that was a 5 o'clock shadow.
Nah, I just like mine
That's
really nice.
what this is.
I like texture, not I don't like dimension. I just like texture. I just like it close to my face. It adds a little something. It makes more sense in person.
Oh, by the way, if y'all hear random noises now, my roommate's awake and making faces at me.
Hey,
So-
roommate.
We should do a super heavy RP scene where it's just you and Patrick
Oh,
going
and,
back and forth.
and he can.
Me and Patrick?
Yeah, sure.
What?
What are we What are we RPing?
I'm just
you're gonna-
so your roommate can make fun of you. That's all.
Oh.
Arken casts suggestion onto Kerbo, and Kerbo sees you as Arcanis.
No.
That's
Have fun.
great.
You're pretty in white.
That guy's gonna come in for a hug and he's gonna get a knuckle sandwich real quick.
Oh man! All right, so we ready to roll?
It's key.
Oh, let me turn the light on real quick.
What are we rolling? The dice? D20?
I think he's back.
Yeah, she's
Okay.
back.
All right. Randy.
Oh, hey, Favorite.
All right. So
What did you
describe
say?
to me what these seafarers are wearing again.
Most of them are wearing like tunics, and they're all like brown and black and.
Is
dark
it
colored.
relatively all the same? Like, do they have a uniform?
Not the ones that are actually manning the ship.
Okay.
You do occasionally see soldiers, and if they somebody's TV's on in the background.
It's my roommate.
So you see the soldiers, and they have occasionally some of them have breastplates. Some of them. Sorry, it never likes me either. That's why I can never win the damn thing, Kiki. Just so you know. But yeah, so some of them have chainmail, but they all have that emblem on them at some point, like
Okay.
somewhere on their person. If they belong to the Serenity Army, then they have it.
We're getting a trip to the Isle of Serpents, not Serenity, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're welcome.
What's the plan?
Just wanted to make sure that was clear.
So, are we on the ship yet, or what's up?
Yeah, you guys are on the ship.
All right. I turned into a guy. Look kind of like scraggly. I'm gonna have like short brown hair. I'm gonna have a hat on. I'm gonna have that emblem on my breast
Nice.
area.
So I actually have a legitimate question about Arken. Now, I remember when you initially described your character, you said he looked human, and you described his attire, and then you said he had a mask.
Mhm.
Does he have the mask now?
It's on him. Like, he's wearing it. It's a spell focus. Because disguise self is a spell, so he cast it through the mask because that's what his patron gave to him.
Okay, but you can't tell once he casts a spell. Only when he comes back to his quote-unquote original form.
Only if you cast negate magic on him can you see him wear the mask and what he kind of looks like. Like, because he used to be wearing it. Because he can't take it off, actually. It's kind of like stuck to his face.
So it's like the man in the porcelain mask?
Yeah. That's kind
Oh,
of
the
his
Phantom of
face.
the Opera or
Wait.
something.
So you can't see the mask, but can you not feel the mask?
You
Like,
can, because it's disguise self is only imaginary. Like, you can, like,
yeah.
still...
So last night at the hotel, did that not raise questions?
Listen, I have a charisma modifier that's quite high. The sleight of hand that is quite good. Okay? Don't worry about it. My persuasion is good, is top notch too. Okay?
That's just my skin. I know it feels really smooth and stuff, and like kind of like a mask, but I promise it's my skin.
It's called finesse. You'll learn about it one day when you get older, kid.
Arken, you should have some sort of thing that's always on you when
You
you,
mean
do
like my
disguise
dragon?
self. What?
That's my
No,
my
something so that
oh.
we know who
Oh,
you are.
I see
It's
what you're saying.
some sort of scar
I'll wear a
or
ring.
like a bow or something.
I'll wear
Maybe you
a
should
ring.
always have the same pendant, like a little.
Yeah, a pendant.
Ooh,
How about a ring?
Balefire could give him one of the necklaces that we got from the Temple of Saviors.
He can make himself look like whatever he wants. That's
You don't
fine.
need to give me
That's true.
But,
Well, he said a ring, so what's the ring look like if you're gonna do a ring?
we're just gonna do a blue and black ring that looks like. Have you ever seen like really smooth geodes? Like it's like that nice swirly color.
Yeah,
Kinda like an
Yeah,
egg.
we'll do that.
cool.
That's
Okay,
the color.
All right.
So it's a geode.
Yeah, but a ring.
Like
Okay.
It's not like point or anything. It's just smooth, just so they know it's me.
kind of like an agate.
Yeah.
Okay, it's like an agate ring. Okay.
And what color
I
was
thought you
it?
said aglet for a second, as like the little plastic piece at the end of a shoelace. What?
Does it have
that's-
a name? How did
those
it
are-
occur to me?
That's the,
Yeah, the little plastic piece at the end of a shoelace is an aglet.
Get interrupted.
Sorry.
No, it's
You're
okay.
good.
I was
Sorry,
just joking,
I was
actually.
writing down your ring.
It's okay. I'm just joking, guys. Don't worry. Just keep going.
And
Aglets.
never. It
Alright,
never
so
occurred
you
to
get
me.
onto
Look
the
it up.
ship. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Mina.
Sorry.
You get onto the ship. You change your appearance, with the exception of the ring, and start to mingle in with the soldiers. What does everybody else want to do? I know Kree's on her fishing endeavor.
Yeah, I'm gonna fly alongside and keep the boat stocked with food for a modest fee.
70%.
Wow.
Right.
Well,
Are you guys just gonna mingle about?
Wait,
Yeah,
yes, we're gonna get on the
and-
ship, right? Because isn't the ship getting loaded to take off?
They're pretty much done. By the time you guys get out there, they are pretty much ready to go. They're starting to pull up the anchors and everything.
Alright, so yeah, Balefire's gonna hop on one of the boats, one of the little rowboats to get out there.
Oh no, you're already out there.
I'm already on the ship.
Yeah, we're on the boat. We're all good to go.
Okay, cool. Balefire will go into the crow's nest if that's okay, making sure that none of the other crew is already up there.
There are two. There's two masts. There's like two masts on the ship. So there's a taller one and there's a shorter one. But you see the tall one is already has a person up there. But the
Balefire will go and get on the short crow's nest.
Okay. Sorry, I was reading a comment about Kree.
Yeah.
So you guys are good to go, and Levres is starting to get smaller in the distance. So somebody says, "I want donations to give the players or DM advantage." That's what the Nat 20s are for. Here, look. Store.
Yeah, there's a difference between just getting a nat 20 and just having advantage on a roll.
True. I haven't put that in there yet, but they can save you against a 1 too. Save versus fumble. So anyway, Kree, give me a d20 so on your fishing endeavor. See how successful you are. Oh, nice.
Hey!
She's pretty
I
good.
doubled my efforts.
Yes.
Literally.
Definitely. So at this point, you've probably accumulated enough to get about 10 steel off the sailors.
All right.
So you're doing that. Arken, you're mingling and all that stuff. Everybody else is just kind of doing their thing. Is there? I don't really have a sea encounter just because I didn't want to throw one out there. Unless you really want another giant sea turtle.
Only if Balefire gets to ride it safely.
Half the party got wiped last time we saw one of those.
That's true.
So you guys are kind of scared of or at least Balefire and Mina are kind of scared of the water because of what happened last time.
Balefire's not scared of it.
You say that now.
Balefire's scared of the gods and what they might do to him for speaking out about not being afraid.
Mina's nose deep in her herbalism book.
Okay.
Oh, that reminds Balefire. So Balefire has 3 bottles of unknown substance that he's going to take to Mina to see if she can identify them.
On the character sheet.
Yeah, we found it in the bottom of the Lyceum Tower. It's in the bag of holding.
What did I make those? Let's go with. Okie dokie. Alright, so Mina, are you going to identify him, Mina?
Sure. Here's a.
Give me a roll.
And I'll assist her in this.
Oh, Adam Lord. Never mind. She doesn't need it. All right.
Oh.
So you identify them as actually all 4 of them are oil of slipperiness.
Okay.
They're all the same.
Slipperiness.
Yep, and they are in the SRD.
They're in the what?
SRD.
You just found a bunch of bottles of lubricant. That's all you did.
Wow.
Maybe I need to give those to
Are you
Arken.
sure? Are you sure you didn't find those in the captain's quarters?
Listen, I didn't mean it like that. I meant like cars.
All right.
Patrick, what's the specific name for it? Oil of slipperiness? There
Yes,
it is.
just type in oil and it'll pull up. It pulls up 4 different ones. So I'm trying to catch up with chat to see what's going on. I thought somebody was gonna buy an item, or maybe they did. That's what I was trying to find out because you. Let's see. Sorry. All right. Did you ever make the other potion, Mina?
As far as I know, I made a potion of healing and a potion of
Sharpness.
or an oil of sharpness.
All right. So Intertooth just bought a nat 20, and let's see who he's giving it to. Doop. All right. So. All right. Let's see. We'll wait and see who's gonna give it to, and so we can keep going from there.
Okay.
All right. Things go. Days go by, and actually it turns into about a week and a half long voyage. Kree's still doing her thing. Everything is going smooth. You interact, and you can actually learn about the Isle of Serpents if you want, or if you want to ask other questions about the world and what's going on in that world. Because you guys have been secluded growing up where you're at.
Yeah.
So, do you want to know anything?
Can I
Yeah.
use? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
Hey, Jazz, can I use item lore on my vial of pink dust?
Oh, it's a trinket.
Yeah.
You want to do what with it?
Item lore. See what the pink dust is.
Okay. Did I put notes in it? This is the question right here. No, there is no lore on it.
No. Okay.
You can't determine anything on it at this
Okay.
moment.
Cool.
Ooh. Balefire will also share the Book of Demons with me now.
Ooh. Well, I guess I'm nose deep in a book of
I'm
demons
not
now.
going.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Super exciting.
And Patrick, what were the effects you said I got from them? I got to know the weaknesses of the demons in fighting them.
Only certain ones.
Okay.
You wouldn't know all of them because there's a bunch of different ones.
Mhm.
But we can, like I said, we can worry about that later.
Cool. Sounds good.
Okay, so the Isle of Serpents. Let's talk about that for a second. You talk to the
Okay.
sailors, and they tell you that it's more like a jungle island. It's currently inhabited by 2 main races: the Yanti, which are a snake-like race, and these race of jaguar folk. So it's snakes and cats,
That's a great mix.
right? So it's you've gotten a little bit of lore about the temple that you guys are going in search for. That it used to be dedicated to a silver dragon named Kyvult. The Yanti are the ones that built it, and for a long time, the Jaguar folk and the Yanti had been at war with one another. And that's but lately, the past couple of years since the dragon onslaught, everything has kind of been peaceful because even they felt part of the decimation of the world. So things have changed there. There's no major cities or anything like that. There's there might be small patches of villages and stuff like that, but no major colonies. So it is a jungle / swampy area. I'm not sure what else you guys want to ask them about.
I'm gonna perch up on the tallest crow's nest, maybe accidentally scaring the crud out of the guy who's up there. Just gonna swoop in, fish and beak. Telling him about how interesting the fish are in this part of the sea, and just asking a general question. like general questions, like how did you make this ship? Where do you usually go? Where did you come from? Maybe not questions about the Serpent Isles, but more questions about the sailing vessel itself, I guess.
So he tells you that the Army of Serenity, or the Kingdom of Serenity, has a fleet of ships. At the moment, there are only about 8 of them, but the Queen has sent them to coastal communities to kickstart an economy and to try and get the world trading again.
Trade is good.
But they're currently trying to build more ships, so they're trying to expand.
So trade is good.
Yes.
Why do you value the metal bits for trade?
So he explains that steel is more sought after now for building pretty much everything, whereas gold doesn't have the strength of the steel. Now, it's quote unquote a rare, or like a rare mineral, but it doesn't have the same uses at the moment for rebuilding the world.
Interesting. So material wealth is no longer really an option, and instead you must opt for more useful materials?
He would agree with that, yes.
Like we had
Interesting.
a Grimshaw Tavern episode based off that. If you want to know more, go check it out.
Yeah.
It's true.
Kree finds this all fascinating and agrees with it to some degree. I have much to tell my family when I return of this strange world and their metal bits.
I need to go find Rogar if I can.
You're going to find Rogar?
Yeah, I need to talk to him about some stuff.
All right, go for it. His mic is muted again, I believe. I saw him say, "Damn it!"
Hi.
Okay, so how old are you?
I don't remember.
Okay, so how did you die?
Stabbed through the chest when my
What
family
was-
was being taken away.
And what was the world like when you were alive?
Like it is now. Pretty terrible.
Everything was still destroyed and whatnot.
Yeah. Hated because of something a distant cousin did.
Okay.
And it turns out it wasn't even their fault.
Do you know what started all this nonsense?
No better than you.
No. Oh, okay. Maybe that might be true. I don't know. And then
Biden. What?
I was gonna say if that was the end of the conversation, I'm leaving because that's all the questions I had.
How old are you? Okay, bye.
Oh, he's too young. That's jailbait. Okay, moving on.
Oh my.
Only you. Never mind. Okay, so you talk to the guard up in the crow's nest. Rogar and Arken have their conversation. Belfire and Mina are doing their thing. I need someone to roll a 1d3 for me. Well, actually, they told me to roll, so-
what?
Do we?
What happened? Rolling a 1d3. There you
So,
go.
1, 2. So Rogar gets this d20.
Hey.
I think Zach got worried there for a second.
Yeah, I was like,
It's a dragon turtle.
what the hell is it? It's like a penny and a half.
Okay, so now you guys, like I said, more time is going to go by. So feel free to talk to them while this is all going by, because in a minute you're going to be coming up on the Isle of Serpents. Now, as you're going by there, you're actually going to go by Chot, or sorry, damn it, Chot,
Ooh.
Chot, which is another island, and it's rather mysterious to everyone. Really, it's because it has a port city, but it seems like it's people who go there kind of disappear. If
Can
they
I
don't-
do a? No, go ahead. Sorry.
No, go for it.
Can I fly over it?
Do you really want to do that? So as you're going by, let's put it this way: as you're going by, the sorry, that was funny. As you're about to like take flight, the guy up in the crow's nest actually warns against it. He says, "I wouldn't do that if I were you." He said, "This place is known to make people disappear."
I'm not a person. I'm an owl.
I say Zach is just laughing his ass off. So do you really want to fly over it?
Um,
Do it.
I'll get close, but I won't fly directly over it. Maybe I'll like fly like like a couple feet between it and the ship,
Okay,
so I'm still close enough to the ship.
they keep their distance from it, and as you actually they're probably about a mile from it. Actually, that's about as close as they want to get.
Oh, well then I'll fly like. See, I'll fly like 200 feet away from the ship towards the island and just see what my eagle eyes can see.
Okay, give me a
Wait,
perception
I
roll.
thought you had owl eyes, not eagle eyes.
Yeah, she does.
It's okay. They're all bird eyes. My bird eyes can see.
Nice. Okay, so you start flying towards it, and you notice something very peculiar about it in a way that the sun kind of glances off of it at an angle that looks like it almost shimmers, like something's hiding behind this like glass. So it kind of, with you being as sheltered as you grew up, it's very unnerving and unnatural.
I'm gonna fly back and tell the party what I saw with regard to the island. It's shown like a mirrored surface, like the sun reflected on water, but brighter.
Can
The
I
whole
do
island?
Yes.
Arcana check maybe to see like if I know anything like what it is? I don't know.
You can give it a try.
Sure.
Can I fly her closer to it?
Of course, you would roll a 20.
So,
So you think this is some sort of like magical cloak that's been cast over, and it's actually not over the entire island. I apologize for that. If that was a little misleading, it's actually over like the northern tip of the island.
oh, okay.
And it's almost like a dome that goes around it.
Okay. Can I roll to see if we know anything about Choate, like a history check? Chot?
Bless you.
Thank you.
Go for it.
Yeah, can I do this? What?
I should have said Titan blesses you.
No.
Actually, Arken can do one as well.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I just.
But Frog knows nothing.
We tried, Mina.
So, you've heard stories about it. You've never read about it in books, but you've especially Mina, coming from your mysterious background in the Needlevine Forest and all that. As being the only person that's actually seen a mind flayer outside of just seeing another one. You've heard stories that there's a city that resides on the northern tip of this island, and it's protected by this invisibility cloak. and you've heard that these creatures, these set of outsiders called the Rakasha, actually rule over this city, and they have slaves that do their bidding.
I relay that to the group and see what they think.
So there's a
I kinda
town
like-
there?
I kind of like shrug and I go back to work because I'm
You're like,
trying to
yeah.
uncover it.
Yeah. And she's like, oh, well, that's interesting, and continue
City of
along.
Slavers. Is there any chance that they would have the rod?
Well, you know that the rod, like even the Lyceum. Sorry, wrong campaign.
Ooh, do go on, Patrick.
Heidi
share.
says what?
The you know that the clues lead you to the Isle of Serpents, because you remember the thing that was deciphered. Actually, Rogar wouldn't know that.
We confirmed that with the crystal in the Lyceum.
That is correct.
Sure.
So we have a vague idea where we're going.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
Alrighty.
So you guys good?
Mhm.
All right. So onward to the Isle of Serpents. And that is true. Shouting at the wind or in the wind. Titan blessing you guys would be more of a curse, so it'd be like a negative D4. So the next time someone sneezes, Titan's gonna bless you.
What if it's Balefire since Titan made... Oh.
Oh, spoilers! Thanks, buddy.
Well,
Actually, if everybody reads or listens to the other episodes, that's all there anyway.
yeah.
Well, when we talked in the past episodes, there's that book that talked about the race.
Yep.
Well, I didn't know that, and so now I just think you're an evil spawn child.
He is.
That's exactly what I am.
Oh damn!
Watch your back.
Just go ahead and throw him
Anyways.
off the ship now.
What?
Nothing. All right. So
If you throw me off the ship, you lose the only person that can cover your back and wants to save all the friends after they get taken by cannibals.
Oh no.
That's a fair point. I'd leave him.
Arken has someone that would cover his back.
Listen,
His little. Aww. Oh, did you ever get your little dragonling from the?
even if I didn't, he would just disappear, and then he would go into a pocket dimension where I can summon him later.
Okay, good deal.
So
So you hear one of the sailors up in the crow's nest. He says, "Land ho!" And you look out upon the horizon, and you can see this island starting to get closer. So you recollect that this is the Isle of Serpents, and the closer you get, you can tell that this is going to be a very wild place. It's like a very thick jungle, and where you guys are actually making your way up to looks to be a very marshy, swampy type area.
Okay.
Oh,
Great.
so the captain comes up to you and says, "Well, this is about as far as we'll go. But I do thank you for your time." And he winks at Arcanis.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Actually, no,
he's
he
not there.
doesn't.
Yeah,
He wouldn't.
because he's not there.
Never mind. So, but he says that's as far as you go.
Okay. Oh, thank you.
Balefire looks to Kree and says, "Want to fly me over there?"
I don't think Kree has a strength, actually.
Yeah, my strength is not great.
No.
Okay. How far away are we?
You're probably about 200 yards out.
Okay.
Balefire's gonna store all of his arrows and stuff inside the bag of holding before getting in the water. He's gonna make sure everything's tied down and nothing would
Well, I mean,
get lost at sea.
You would get a rowboat to go out there.
Okay.
Oh, okay, cool.
That's what we're trying to figure out.
Yeah,
Cool.
no, you get a rowboat.
Awesome. Thank you.
Cool.
Wonderful.
I'll just fly over though.
Okay. Now, the captain does say that you get you have 3 days to complete your task, and then we're gonna leave with or without you.
It's actually a lot of time. Thanks.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you.
Wait,
you.
so are you a crew member
Yeah, I'm a crew member. Don't worry
Just
about
like
it.
leaving with this random group of adventurers.
Yeah, I
that
am. I get in the boat.
Wait, where are you going?
Grab me or anything? Does he like? What does he do?
Yeah, he's like, you start to get into the boat and he grabs you. He says, "Wait, you're supposed to remain on this ship."
I look at him and he hears in the back of his head, "You don't see anything. This is just an illusion." And I cast teleportation with my cape thing, and I cast invisibility, and I teleport to the end of the boat.
You gonna use your dimension door?
Yep.
It's this little puff of smoke. All right. So you disappear, and he's like, "What?" And he's like confused as hell.
Oh my.
Then well, I'm invisible. I cast a sky self again. And I turn back into Arcana. The lady person, Arcanis. That's her name.
All right. And are you going to appear like you're on the ship?
I got a minute left. I'll be on the edge of the ship, like on the very front, like way back away from him.
Right. So do you want to get on the rowboat with them because they're about to be lifted down into the water?
Well, yeah, I'm on the boat. That's what I said.
Oh, okay. I was thinking the big one. Okay.
Oh,
So
no,
you
no.
guys get into the
Yeah,
hit the water and start rowing for the shore.
I have an hour actually on invisibility, not a minute. Whoops, that's a whole lot different.
Oh well.
Yeah. Definitely years of therapy for the captain.
When I touch down on the beach and
Oh my.
wait for the rest of my companions to row over, I would like to grab some sand and put it in my pocket.
Okay. It's not much of a beach actually.
Or it's
And
just
when
Swamp.
what's that? Oh, I was just gonna say it's not much of a beach. It's more of like a marshy area. So it's like there's a little bit of sand, but then it starts to turn into like this just kind of flowing grass. But one of the things that you notice when you were getting closer that this is actually like while it's a very thick forest, the flowers and like all the plumage and stuff is it's very brightly colored, and it almost looks like it's illuminated. And then you start to see these like giant mushroom and stuff, and they too have these spots on them that are very brightly colored.
Oh no.
So
As-
as I was trying to, I actually found the picture and then I described it. But so
Do I have enough for a pocket full of sand?
yes, you would.
I'm
This
adding
is
it to
nice.
their inventory.
Shred Guy 99, thanks for the follow.
Patrick, as we
Our
approach
plants.
the island.
Go ahead.
Okay, sorry, to talk. I didn't know if you wanted to add something. As we approach the island, Balefire is just going to examine the area and look for like signs of smoke or like signs of life or trails of other people having been here already.
Okay. Pay no attention to the guy on the horse. He's not there.
Oh God, I'm hallucinating again.
Mina is very distracted.
It's the
by
mushrooms.
Must be the
Um,
mushrooms.
I found this picture and I thought it was like a very good idea for the jungle and what I was trying to go for, being it like it's like almost like another world, and I was hoping that Mina would be enamored by it and drawn to the mushrooms.
Yes. Well, I just rolled a 21 to go stare at mushrooms.
Oh, nice. So you guys get in there now. What did you say you were doing, Kree? You put sand into your pocket.
Yes, I've heard of the ancient techniques of owl sand flinging, upon which you startle your enemy by appearing to be friendly at first and reaching into your pocket to bribe them with some manner of shiny thing, and then instead you spray them in the face with pocket sand.
Pocket sand.
Pocket
Nice.
sand. All right, so Balefire, what are you doing when you get up to the edge? Now, like I said, it's very thick and it's very marshy type area.
I said I was looking for signs of life, any type of like smoke coming off in the distance, anything like that, to find like civilization of any type.
Oh, that was actually another thing that you guys could have asked the sailors. You could have asked, what general direction is the Temple of Kyvult?
Whoops.
I will fly up into the air and attempt to scout for this temple.
I thought we looked. Did we look at that in the?
When she scried,
Yeah, because we knew that it was on the island. Oh well.
You know what?
I don't remember.
I'll give that to you because you rolled like a 27 or something when you were.
she had a
trying.
natural 20.
No, I don't think it was a nat 20. Anyway,
One of them was a nat 20, but I don't think it was that one.
so you get the general idea, and in the direction that you're headed is probably where you want to be.
Unfortunately, Mina is enthralled by a mushroom and is not saying anything.
Yes, she wants to start plucking mushrooms and all that stuff, or petting
Yeah.
it. I don't really know. I haven't.
Did
decided.
Bill?
No, you did not.
Okay.
What is Rogar doing?
I am just waiting for people to move because Dragon Rod, guys.
Mushrooms,
Why?
herbalism. It's shiny.
That doesn't have anything to do with the. Okay.
But
So you said it's a really dense area, right, Patrick? So it'd be pretty hard for to shoot a bow and arrow.
There's patches. It's very overgrown, like it's very top heavy. So you have a lot of foliage up top. Underneath, that's where more of your mushrooms are and all that kind of stuff. But it also is very swampy. So you take a step and you sink down to your calf, and then your next one's at your ankle. Then your other one might sink down to your knees.
Okay.
So
Balfar's gonna draw his sword and shield then.
okay. Arken.
I'm gonna turn into a very well-dressed male orc. He looks really hurrah, his mouth is really jutted forward, and I'm going to summon my dragon onto my hand.
Okay.
And I will just cross my arms, and then he'll curl up onto my shoulder and he'll stare at the insanity that is Mina.
I have a weakness for plants.
That's why I put him there.
Well, when you're done, I talk like this now, apparently. Well, when you're done staring at those mushrooms, I think we better get a move on, lady.
Oh, I'm not just staring at them. I'm trying to draw a picture of them and collect them and see if there's anything else interesting around here.
Well, when you're done screwing around with the mushrooms, I think we better get on our way.
Okay, have I found anything interesting out about these mushrooms?
You've actually never seen any mushrooms like this before. They look like they're native to this island.
Okay.
But you are more than welcome to pluck a sample if you'd like.
I will. Yes, of course I am. It's a mushroom.
Hold on,
Plant.
hold on, don't do that just yet. If you don't mind me asking, can I do something for you instead? Mina,
Sure.
I cast Mage Hand instead to pick it.
Okay, I'll skirt back a little bit and stand there excitedly.
Okay, so
It's the giddiest you've ever seen, Mina.
you pluck up this little pink-looking mushroom, and nothing happens.
All right, I hand it to her via the Mage Hand.
I
Just-
bound forward and pick it up and look at it. Put it in my bag.
All right.
Also, my Mage Hand is this really ghostly, almost fire-ish kind of Mage Hand with black flames with a blue core.
She's too excited about the mushroom to care.
Oh no, I was just describing for me.
Okay,
You understand?
it's good.
Tell me, Mina, what do these mushrooms say to you? Why do you find them so appealing?
Well, I left home with the intention of becoming an alchemist and working on my herbalism. So that's how I got into this whole mess, is because I was trying to collect plants.
Well, my clan brought you all in, so you might as well all be family at this point, too. I will help you in your quest.
Oh, thank you.
Can I attempt to gather some mushrooms for her as well?
Sure. Any ones in particular?
The ones that she
Pink
seems to,
mushroom.
I'll let her point them out to me, which ones she wants me to go for, because I've got talons, so maybe I won't damage myself as much if they're poisonous, if I just kind of
Oh,
what my
anything
hand's doing.
unusual. I've got one pink mushroom, right?
Yep.
Pink chote mushroom.
Chat.
CHOT?
Yep.
Chot. I have a chot.
can I
Oh, sorry. Damn, we're on the wrong island. You guys are on the island, the Isle of Serpents.
Oh yeah, we're on the Isle of Serpents. I'm awake. I promise.
We're on for a different adventure if we're seeing fog mushrooms.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen.
I think we've all had mushrooms.
Okay, Isle of Serpents mushroom. Okay.
Get the cool
Can
ones
I-
with the glyphs on them.
Can I scout out a bit, see if I see any, like maybe fly up and look for something interesting?
So, so you can only fly up probably about 20, 25 feet. Hold on, I gotta see.
Okay. That's fine, yeah.
Oh, don't you love the mute function?
Ooh, sorry.
Bless you.
Titan.
Titan curses you.
Gesundheit.
Oh god, that was so funny yesterday when Kiki did that. Sorry, crossing campaigns now.
Yeah.
Oh, did she freeze up on us?
It looks like it.
No.
Oh no. She said she was
What
going to
happened?
fly up.
Yep.
Well, so she can only fly up probably about 20, 25 feet because of the way that the trees are linked together and all that kind of stuff.
You're gonna have a hard time getting Mina to focus, guys.
Yeah, Rogai just staring at her as she's freaking out about the mushrooms. Is like,
Oh, she's not freaking out. She's bounding, happy, and like prancing around the forest like you've never seen her.
Rogai would consider that freaking out about the mushrooms.
Yep.
We lost her.
Oh no.
She's gone forever.
Maybe she knocked out a battery.
Sounds familiar. Let's see. Happy Wednesday.
Yep. Do I see anything else interesting as I'm being ADD with mushrooms and plants?
So you see some, like I said, there's all kinds of like interesting looking plants. There's various different colored mushrooms. Clearly you have the aqua ones that look very appealing as well. And then there's just pretty much everything here is brand new to you.
This is like the greatest place ever, guys. I could like live here the rest of my life.
She's got them.
So what is this place? What does this place look and feel like to someone that isn't in love with plants?
So for you, it looks very like dark, very swampy. It's bug infested. Okay, so somebody said nobody noticed the horse. Yeah, the horse isn't there. I put that disclaimer in a little bit a while ago.
Yeah, sorry, plants.
It was really more about the plants and the trees. That's the vibe I was going for.
I'm assuming it smells.
Yeah, it's
bad.
got like that stagnant water smell because, like I said, it's marshy. I don't know if you've ever smelled a marsh before. It's not a pleasant smell.
It's kind of like rotten eggs.
Yeah,
I've lived-
sort of there. Sort of like that.
Its stuff is rotting. That's why it smells.
Like all the rotting plants and stuff, and mushrooms.
Yeah.
Yep.
Has anybody
nasty.
heard from Kiki on Discord?
She said her internet disconnected.
Oh no.
Become my friend Patrick. I can get you back in the server.
Oh. Shh.
Oh, Patrick, I sent you a friend request because
Oh, wow.
figure we need to continue the conversation at some point.
My
Gotcha.
ping really matches the background.
It's green.
Ooh, mushrooms. Yay.
Oh god, yeah, everybody's pinging the map.
Mushroom.
So anything in particular you're looking for, Mina? Or not particular, but anything that you want to just start grabbing up?
Yeah, she's just gonna like take samples because I'm sure she realizes that her friends are annoyed. And putting them in her book, in the
Okay.
back of the book, and just put a page between them so they don't run together.
Okay, and so she can experiment and always come back later.
Yeah.
All right. So I know Kree said she was going to fly up. What would you guys like to do next?
Well, I guess we should head in the
The whole
right direction.
for us to do. Hold up. Before we do that, let Balefire go in front of us. Because let Balefire go in front of us because she can do the nature stuff, and I don't care for being bitten by snakes today.
Oh
The
man,
nature
that's great.
stuff.
Balefire kind of looks at him funny because of his wording, and then starts to take the lead, completely undeterred by the fact that it's swamp, and like every other step he sinks like halfway and comes back out, but doesn't phase him, and he just continues to go regular pace.
Okay. So he's moving at his regular speed.
Do we struggle to keep up, or can we like follow in his footsteps and not be slowed down?
You can just follow my footsteps.
So as you guys are traversing through all of this, there's occasionally, Mina, you notice that there's these interesting looking like dragonflies and those kind of things, different colors, and they're very vibrant. And they just continually like catch your eyes, and some of them are like glowing and all that kind of stuff. So you're going along, and everybody's just trotting through.
Skipping happily, even though I'm scared.
Balefire's gonna look around to make sure there's no traps or anything set by snake or jaguar people.
Okay. Give me a perception roll, or no, give me an investigate roll. Looks clear.
Uh-oh. Alright, Balefire looks to me and says, "You were the one that scribed the temple. Which way is it?"
Mina?
Oh, yeah, focused. Does she realize which way it is, or do I?
Yeah, I'm gonna give that to you.
Okay,
so
cool.
You decide, or you factor in, with everything coming in, that if you continue to head in like a northwest direction,
Okay.
closer to like the interior of the island,
Yeah.
that you will more than likely find some sort of landmark, and then
Okay.
you'll know you're on the right path.
Okay, so we're going northwest.
Northwest.
Oh, the pretty flowers are over here.
Northwest, and there will be a marker that will let us know we're on the right path. And then she manages to say that as she's staring at plants. Sorry, she's not very helpful today.
So all right. So as you're traversing across the landscape, you get to a point where you're probably walking for about 10 minutes, and then you get to a point where it's kind of like an opening. It's not an opening. It's more like a space where it's more swamp or marsh area, and then there's like no trees growing around it. So it kind of like separates, and then probably about 100 yards across is when the trees start picking back up again. So it's almost like you're walking into like a pond, like, or coming across like a pond or a lake or something like that.
I'm gonna send out my Aldred, familiar, to scout out for just a second. See if there's anyone there.
Okay.
I have
so
a bad feeling about this.
That's not the right voice.
What? Oh, I was just saying that out of character, but I have a bad feeling about this. Yes, indeed. Look and go with perception. Wow, I rolled 2 5s. Good job, Zach.
Who's Zach?
Oh my.
To him it looks clear, man.
Great. I am gonna.
Balefire stops and says, "You just got it ahead. Would you like to go first?"
Nah.
Hold on.
So there's no plants growing here?
There's like piles or stacks of grass and all that kind of stuff. But
Okay.
this is like, it's almost like you come to an edge of like a pond or something.
They're dried out.
It's not dried up. It's more marsh. It's just more
Okay.
marsh. It's just open, like an open
Okay.
area.
Okay. Fair enough.
And then
How
there's a-
deep is said pond thing?
I mean, looking at it, it looks like all the other marsh.
We got Kiki back. She's back.
Yay! Welcome back.
Trying to come back to someone and post a link to her in the game.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's important.
Yeah, might need that.
Links and all.
Well, Bellfire's normally on that, but he's playing with the Rubik's Cube now, so I'll pull it up.
Oof,
Not bad.
So I guess our game's not interesting enough. He's got to play with the Rubik's Cube.
No, I was waiting for Arken. No, what's his female's name?
Arken.
The female name?
I'm a dude right now.
Arcanis, yeah.
I am
Dude.
definitely a guy right now. I'm an orc.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're the dwarf. I'm waiting for the dwarf to take lead since he just scouted ahead.
Orc.
I'm an orc. Come on now, pay
Oh,
attention.
orc.
Put the Rubik's Cube down.
I misheard.
Him and Rubik's Cubes like Mina and plants.
Andrew likes puzzles.
All right, so standing where you're at, like I said, it looks like just like the rest of the marsh. Hey, she's back.
Welcome back.
Hey.
Oh no, did we lose her
Sorry
again?
about that.
Okay, there she is.
Yeah, I have no idea what happened there.
All right, so let me catch you up. So we come to an opening, kind of, yeah.
Okay.
I scouted a little bit, found nothing.
They managed to drag Mina away from the plants. So
We're faced by this opening with like a pond in it. It's kind of
more marsh.
But it's
more marsh.
it still looks like the marsh. It just looks like maybe like a long time ago this was a like more cleared out area. Maybe there was a lot more water here. But at the moment
Can Balefire do a nature check
that it's a marsh.
to see if there's like any people living nearby? Like they're like living off the nature and stuff, off of the plants and everything.
No, that's a stretch. No.
That's a stretch. Okay.
All right. So now to answer your question for Kree earlier, when you were inside of like the forest area where the trees and stuff were, you could probably only get about 25 feet high before you started having issues with the limbs and stuff.
Right.
But now it's open.
Oh, wonderful. So I'll scout ahead for the party.
Okay.
We're going
So-
northwest looking for a marker that'll show us we're on the right path.
Yeah. Okay. So I assume that you guys probably have given me a pretty good description of what I'm looking for here. So I will attempt to find that.
Okay. So as you fly up, it's the area is like I said, it's almost like a small, like a large pond or a small lake. So it's only like 100 yards across to get it. Sorry. It says DM your sound can be like 10% up or more as your players are louder. So it's probably because I'm farther away from my microphone. So I apologize for that. I have a tendency to move backwards. Okay, so it's about 100 yards across, but it goes out to about 200 yards. So outside of that, when you start looking at, all you see is the treetops. And then there's like a mountain that kind of goes up towards the inner, like the inner part of the island. It's pretty much the direction that you guys are headed.
Okay. I will relay this information to the party.
Hey Patrick,
Hey, Bellfire.
has there been any animals like squirrels or rabbits or anything? Any birds or anything on the island so far?
It's been more like where you guys are. It's more like giant insects, or like just insects in general. Nothing.
There's sparkly fluorescent dragonflies.
I imagine like Aldred is just thrashing around trying to catch some of them around us.
Who is?
My dragon.
Oh.
Can Balefire starts to realize that he hasn't seen any animals, and he's gonna look around for like any type of like tracks or anything
Okay.
that would show some other type of life besides just insects.
Do. Okay, so you are more than welcome to do that. So give me an investigation check. And an 8.
What you rolled last time.
Yeah, it is actually. It's exactly what he rolled.
Wow.
You don't see anything that would be identifying of any kind of creatures. As a matter of fact, you just find a handful of grass.
I relay this information to the rest of the group and say that it seems really strange to me that there's no type of like living creatures except for the insects.
Sorry, guys.
I think that was the opposite of turning it down.
No, I that wasn't me. Was it?
Yeah, that was Andrew.
Okay.
Someone
Okay.
started calling me. Sorry,
I was
I
like,
hung up.
that wasn't me.
Okay. Fair enough.
So there is no wildlife here. Perhaps they were unable to make a habitat here and moved on somewhere else. I mean, it's a druid. Is there like a nature check I can make maybe to see if this place is inhospitable to animals or?
Yeah, you can go for it.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm feeling like there's something really bad here that's preventing anything from living.
I agree. This is quite strange.
19. So a 19 lets you know that it seems that yes, this place is hospitable. Like they can survive off of this, but it's not. You don't see like an abundance of life. Like there's plenty of things for them to feed off of, even like lizards and reptiles and all that stuff can feed off the bugs. But you don't see anything else. Like there's plenty of stuff here that you would think that like squirrels and rabbits and all that stuff could eat, but you don't see anything.
It could just be because it's on an island and there aren't any squirrels on the island. I mean,
Oh,
Does it-
did we find the marker? Did we find
No,
what we're looking for?
because you guys are at like the edge of this the lake. You guys haven't moved from here.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I was like, why are we just standing here for at this point?
just for funsies,
I guess, but
I will teleport out 20 feet and see what happens.
Into like the middle of it?
Yep.
Okay. So she disappears and she reappears outside of it. And
giant net comes up and snatches her away.
if only. Okay, so I have to describe this as you do. So you
Okay.
stop and you turn back and you look at the group, and then suddenly something bursts up from the water.
Okay.
It's this creature that is very large and it looks lobster-like. He's got these giant pincers
Okay.
when he lunges at you.
Okay.
Except his exoskeleton is a dark green color, and then he has these like crimson red tendrils or tentacles kind of hanging around where his mouth is, and he lunges at you and takes a swipe at you. And
Okay.
I know the nature checks are coming to try and identify this creature, so go ahead and
we
give
just
me
didn't know
those.
what was going on.
Here, do you want me to do my thing against its attack?
Oh, and he roars.
Okay.
There's my nature check to see if I know what it is.
Oh my.
Somebody said Teresk. So Kiki, you've seen variations. Actually, Bellfire, you've probably seen variations of these creatures before, but you've always seen them to be like this yellow or like a dark or like a light brown color. You know them as a chol, which they are large aberrations, actually, not beasts or creatures or anything. They're aberrations.
Okay.
And this one seems to be more of like a swamp dweller. Actually, Mina, you would know that too, as he lunges at you to attack you.
Okay, cool.
So let's do this. Is that how you even pronounce that? Chul?
Chul, maybe?
How do you spell it?
Chuul.
Shoal.
Cool.
Troll, yeah.
All right. So he lunges at you, and he gets 2 pincher attacks. Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Not quite. There's my.
But it's a surprise round, though.
It's a reaction when you're hit by an attack.
Do you get reactions when it's a surprise round?
Hold on, let me look it up really fast.
So. I'm reading something else too. Now, here's the thing about his pinchers, because he would grapple you.
Mhm.
Then it becomes you can you teleport away from him? So as soon as we get the reaction, we'll go from there.
Okay.
Do 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 do. The damage didn't roll up for me. Oh no, there was an error. What the hell? How can the thing... it hates me. Roll20 hates me. Alright.
During a surprise round, you cannot take a reaction until the end of the turn.
Oh
Okay.
no.
Alrighty.
So you would take the damage, but you do teleport away.
Alright.
Alrighty.
And that's twice though. She gets hit by both.
Oh, it's a crit.
Alright, so the first one, does 16 points of damage.
Okay.
How you looking over there?
16 plus 13.
29.
Me at, I think, 0. I think my hit points are 29. Yep, my hit points are 29. I'm at 0.
Alright, so
Jeez.
he comes up and grabs Mina and with both of his hits, and you see her just fall unconscious. And he looks like he's about to start kind of like going back down into the water.
Is he like pulling her with him, or is she just laying there?
No, he's got her in his pinchers.
Shit.
So how far away from her, or how far away are we from her?
She went out 20 feet.
I would like to run over and stabilize her if I can.
All right,
wait,
so let's roll initiative real quick.
Yeah.
So he's not.
Okay.
So is she currently grappled?
Yes.
She is currently grappled. She's not on the ground. Okay.
Oh, hold on. Let me put in
We
initiative.
we have no tokens, so I hope this works because sometimes it doesn't like to work with no tokens.
I can put the tokens on here real quick.
Please put the tokens on because we can't put ourselves in the thing without the tokens.
All right.
Also, I think we need a battleground.
We need a what?
We need a battleground because I don't see the squares.
Oh no. I don't have a map for this.
Oh, what? Okay, I guess we'll just do this by ear.
Just sit. Bear in mind. Yeah, that's fine.
Yes, we are. Theater
That's
of the
cool.
mind.
Cool.
Hey, Patrick.
Hey, Belfire.
I have a quick question about my natural explorer.
I'm gonna change my name.
You're going to change your name?
No, I'm joking.
Why
Yeah.
is my... Oh, there it is. Huh. I was like, where'd my character go?
So it says for natural explorer, when you've been in an environment for an hour or longer, you gain additional benefits, which is even when you're engaged
You
in
haven't been
activity.
here for an hour.
We haven't?
No.
Okay, never mind.
All right. Kree, if you want to roll it again, I'll put yours back in because yours initially was an 18.
You gotta click on your token. Just to
Where are our tokens?
They're on the
They're-
map to the right side. You know what? We can actually use this as the battle map.
Okay.
As what?
Because it's actually
Yeah,
kind of
there we go.
it's actually kind of important for me to know my distance away from things because I'm like,
Hey.
Oh, she got an 18 again. Nice.
Everybody's rolling great except for Arken.
shh, listen.
Oh, damn. All right, so you guys are on the edge of the water about 20 feet away. Ethrin, you're up first.
I am casting Healing Word because it's got a range of 60 feet.
Okay.
Okay, Mina, you have 5 health.
All right, so
Yay!
Mina snaps too.
Okay.
And then I'm going to fire at the thing with me crossbow.
A 15 is actually, I believe, going to miss him. It actually hits and clinks off of his exoskeleton.
Okay.
Do you want to move anywhere? You can move out into the marsh area. It just, like I said, it's it's hit or miss on how deep it is.
Right. I think I'm okay where I am.
Fair enough. Okay, Mina, you have come to, and you find yourself in his claws.
Okay. That raises the question, can I teleport?
Yes, you
Yes.
can actually, because you're only grappled. And grappled only.
Okay. Where is my...
Mina teleports away.
Yep, that's what's gonna happen.
How far can you go?
Depends on how many points I want to use, but I'll probably go 20 feet, so... Here we go. Cool. And then I want to use something I haven't used before.
Uh-oh, what's she gonna use?
Interesting. I'm curious.
This one.
Mystical recovery.
So I get it 1 point of health. Yay. Hey, you keep using spells.
Hey, there you go. I mean, you gain 20% of your current health pool. That's pretty good.
Okay. I don't know if I can do anything else. I moved and I healed myself, sort of. Tried to.
Okay, so you get another healing hit point. It's after 9 o'clock. Sorry, my brain shuts down.
Yeah.
That's my disclaimer. So you move back 20 feet. You're over there with the group. Actually, you can go over here by Arken if you'd like.
Yay.
And you do actually still get your movement.
Okay, well, I guess I'll...
It says her speed is reduced to 0.
Well, only when she's grappled, but she's no longer grappled.
No, when I teleport, that's my movement.
Oh, okay. I see at the bottom. Never mind. Disregard.
Yeah.
Sorry. All right. So she appears beside Arken, and then the beast starts to follow.
That's a bonus action and a movement action, so I still have an attack, I think.
Step of a dozen paces.
That's movement. And then Mystical Recovery is a bonus action.
Oh, okay. Go for it.
So...
Go for it. Let's do this.
Shoot at it with my dinky little crossbow.
Wait, no. I
Step
don't
of a
know.
dozen places says that it is a bonus action, so I think if you did both of them, you would be potentially doing 2 bonus actions. If I'm reading the descriptions.
Oh, it is a bonus action. Okay, one's a bonus action.
So I guess
I've
you could
already
use.
used a bonus action, so I can't heal myself. That's okay.
Well, could you heal yourself as just a regular action?
No, it's a
Yeah.
bonus action.
Well,
She's got a potion.
It says you can use it as a bonus action, but I mean, if you can use it as a bonus action and you haven't used your regular action, yeah, I feel like you could.
if it, yeah,
I don't know.
That's
The
up to
wording is
DM.
the wording's a little weird though, because it does say if you haven't moved yet on your turn, you may take a bonus action to teleport. So
that's why it's.
I'll just go with you can't do 2 bonus actions.
Yeah. So you can do the step, but you can't do the recovery.
Okay,
Oh, no.
I will
That's
go
what
back.
hell-
All that healing. All that healing.
One
Just-
hit point.
Oh yeah, tragedy. That's okay. I try and shoot at it.
Don't forget you have your nat 20 too.
Oh yeah, let's do that.
All right.
Wait, too late. I already rolled. Never mind.
Okay. So you can use it next turn if there is
Yeah.
a next turn.
If I remember it.
So you have a nat 20, Rogar has one, and Balefire has one.
Okay.
Okay,
Cool.
so you do that, you shoot at him, and it goes sailing past him, and then he rushes forward and heads towards Rogar, actually.
Shit.
No.
The formidable looking one. Actually, he's just hungry at this point. Alright, so he swings at you wildly. Damn, he is rolling
Shit.
good.
Yeah, he is.
Except for that.
Good.
Does a 21 hit your armor class?
It does.
Alright. Ah, man, I keep forgetting that. Sorry, for something's wrong with the formula, so it's messed up. I gotta bring up my dice again. The first one actually grappled you. You can try to make a quick strength check. It's a DC of 14 whenever it comes around to your turn.
Oh, my turn. Come on. I didn't roll that.
The target is grappled. Escape DC 14. If it is a large or it's automatic. It seems like
Okay.
Wait, what if you're a medium creature? If you're a medium creature, can you not be grappled?
large or smaller.
Not small, smaller.
Oh, that's what I was reading. Large or small, not smaller. Didn't you say it doesn't matter? It doesn't count if it's past 9, right?
Yeah. Well, at least for me, it doesn't. All right. So he runs up, grabs, and now he's currently got Rogar in one of his pinchers. And we're gonna get the Balefire. He's gonna eat your brain.
If you could take a 5-foot step back, that'd be pretty great.
Kree's gonna take a
Balefire's actually gonna use his whole movement to come back. I don't know how far that is. It's like,
Yeah.
I should probably zoom in so I can see what that says.
It's let's say you want to move back 30 feet.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be about right here.
Okay, I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna draw my bow. I'm gonna shield my sword, draw my bow, and fire an arrow at it.
Okay, go for it.
What is this?
What happened?
Oh, it's a
Okay.
macro, but what did you roll? A 17?
I rolled a 17, and then the 10 is the damage.
Oh, okay. I'm like sitting here like, what the fuck is this?
But what is the +4 and the +4?
So +4 is my dex mod, the other +4 is my proficiency, and then my archery.
You don't have a +4 proficiency.
No. So +2 is ours proficiency, plus the other +2 is archery bonus,
Okay.
which is just a +4 together.
Okay.
And then the other +4 is my dex bonus.
Okay. I just want to make sure because that looked weird.
Yeah, nope.
Okay, so 17's gonna hit him.
And then 10 damage. And this is an aberration, you said? Not so. Yeah, 10 damage.
Okay. So he takes 10 points of damage as the arrow finds a weak spot in his plates. And he squeals out in pain. So you moved, you shot. Kree.
Kree's gonna look over at this is Arken right here. Is this?
He's a male orc right now.
Yeah, Arken's
That's
the male
Rogar.
orc. Rogar is the one that's in the pincher.
Rogar, you might want to take a 5-foot step back whenever you get
I'm
the
grappled.
chance. Yeah, whenever you get the chance to do that. Who has the lowest HP right now, fellas?
Mina.
Yeah,
would
I'm at
that
5.
be Mina?
Okay, so Mina, as a bonus action, I am going to healing word you.
Okay. Thank you.
And then I am going to fairy fire a 20-foot cube just basically like right here. So 20 feet, and that's going to give all of us advantage on him.
Okay. Now, I do want to put in a quick little tidbit. Kree normally likes to turn into dogs or wolves.
And drink water.
She drank a water elemental.
Yeah,
That's the
she
claim to
literally
do
drank
right
a water elemental.
Oh.
You are a tank, by the way, Kree. Have fun.
All right, so you guys
Okay.
get. So you have advantage on him. So good deal. All right.
And then I'll take a 5-foot step forward.
Okay.
And that's my, I'm like right here.
All right. Actually, he gets a dex save. Wait, what is that? Any creature in the area with this spell is any creature. That's
It's I
just
cast
him.
it, so it was
Yeah.
only,
I got you. I was looking to see.
and it is going to be blue light because apparently you say I like water. So there you go.
But
There
he
you
does
go.
get,
There's your box.
but he does get a dex save, correct?
He does get a dex save.
What is the DC he needs to? He fails.
Yeah, well, he failed it, but I'm assuming it would have been 15 for me.
Okay, so yeah, he fails. All right, Arken.
I'm gonna nope the fuck away. Not dealing with this. Don't get paid.
That's a
Deal with
typical Arken move.
That is probably a good decision.
this. And I'm not gonna deal with this. Whenever we get Mr. Rogar on hand, we just walk away. I'm gonna send my familiar, who I don't have a token for because my Discord won't let me send you pictures. I'm gonna draw my nice little speck. Bam. There he is. I'm gonna have him bite him.
All right. Go for it.
Advantage.
Yep, he gets advantage.
So it's a 23 hit.
23 will hit him.
Now he needs to do a con save.
No, he does not.
He does not have to do a con save because he's an aberration.
He's immune to poison.
He's immune to poison.
Yep.
There you go.
Okay.
He's damage immunities are poison
You're right.
and poison.
I believe you. But now I'm just mad because I. Sure, whatever. At least I'm leaving.
Aw.
But he does get hit, so I need a damage roll.
Whatever.
What's his strength save for?
It's a mistake. It's not supposed to be there. Ignore it. It's just not something I actually turned on.
Oops.
Yep, I have a saving throw in there. Whoops.
Nice.
It's gone.
My picture's moving. I'm moving it. Okay, so he takes 4 points of damage. Let me get my damage counter. I forgot to put Bellfire's damage on there.
Bellfire did 10 damage.
So he has 4,000 hit points.
I'll use that nat 20 now.
All right. So we are on. Man, it's Rogar.
Mhm.
He's still
'Cause
got
it
his character
didn't
named
change.
Ethrin.
Yeah. Okay, so I can still cast spells, right?
Yeah, sure.
And
As long as your
es-
hands are available.
and escaping and grapple is an action, or what?
It's an action, as
It's an
far as I
action?
know.
I was looking to see.
I mean, obviously, let the DM answer you, but I'm pretty sure it's an action.
I honestly cannot remember at this moment. But here's what I'm gonna do. If you use your movement, I'll let you try to escape it.
Using my movement.
Yeah. So you got to use a contested strength roll against him, and you fail.
I did not. Yeah.
So
Okay.
you try and you try and you try, but you fail.
Okay. Can I still have so I still have an action?
Yeah, I'll give that to you.
All right. I'm gonna try Thunder Wave.
Mm.
So hang on, let me find it real quick. Why is it not clicking? I clicked it.
Because you broke it.
It's probably gonna come up like 20 times in a second.
Okay. So
But he has to make a con save against a 14.
okay. So I gave that one to you. So the next ones will take up your action.
Okay.
Thank you, Kim or Kiki. Sorry. All right. Con save.
Con save.
Con save. 11.
Okay, so
Should have better than that.
each creature, if they fails, gets pushed 10 feet away from me and takes 2d8 damage.
Okay. Each creature.
Each creature within a 15-foot cube originating from me must make a Constitution save.
Okay, so that would be Mina and Kree as well.
Are they both?
Depends on what direction it's in. If it's just coming from him forward, it wouldn't hit either of us.
Yeah, no, that's a cone. This is this.
Yeah, it's like,
A 15-foot
that.
cone.
yeah.
No,
It's
he
not-
said cube,
He said cube? Oh,
Yeah, he said cube.
originating from him.
Wait, so how
okay.
close are people?
Pretty darn close.
It's going to hit Mina. I don't
Oh.
think it's going to hit me.
Well, I get advantage on saving throws against my dragon does.
I have no sense of space on this map.
Well, I get my. Does
Oh my
dragon
god,
have
things
those?
are like super close. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. You don't use the markers on it. Bellfire's like 30 feet behind you. Arken's 30 feet behind you. Kree is like 5 feet away, and then Mina's
Oh.
about 10 feet away.
Oh.
That's
So, and the familiar.
that's why I was all like, "Hey, we should have squares," but I can roll
Okay.
Wait.
So,
Patrick. Oh, sorry.
2. 3,
did the thunder wave go off, or can?
1, 8.
Oh,
or
it
is
went off.
everybody-
It went
Okay.
off. But what is your?
Oh, Constitution.
14.
save.
Okay, so they all passed. Mina did.
I
not.
didn't. Nope.
Okay, so 2d8. I'm sorry, I didn't realize people were so close.
It happens.
It's okay. At least it wasn't fire.
Oh, well, the shitty thunder wave, so that's fine.
But it still takes damage from it. And he
Yeah.
still, you pushed him back 10 feet. And you go with him.
Okay. Darn.
Okay, good. Cool.
Oh, they passed. You passed. You did not. Okay.
I think we take half damage if we don't pass.
Half damage and not pushed.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So I took 6 damage.
Oh, my familiar's off.
5.
So, does my familiar get an opportunity attack against him? Because he was pushed away?
No.
Okay.
He was forced out of my engagement range. If I was sitting here, and then if I was not pushed back and he was pushed back this way, that's not an opportunity attack?
If it was against his will, I'm not going to give that to you.
That's fine.
All right. So Catherine
Yep.
can't move. He's done his action. Mina, you're up.
Okay. Well, I'm going to use my nat 20 from Externy and put 3 points into Seeking Missile.
Nice.
Ooh.
And
Oh, so that's 3d10.
yeah, plus whatever my damage is for the nat 20 for
Whoever is in my happy square, you have a disadvantage, or
crossbow.
they have advantage on you, so you don't want to be in there.
That would be Rogar.
Yeah. you
Well,
don't
so I wasn't in it to start. When I enter it,
You-
am I hit by it? Okay.
Yeah.
Do I get a deck save?
Wait,
You do get a deck save.
All right. Roll another d8 for damage. Do you not have dex?
Oh no, sorry, never mind. Yeah, you weren't in it when it was cast, so you're good. Never mind.
Okay, okay.
Sorry,
So I
I
rolled
got
7.
I got confused there for a second. I had to go back and reread the spell.
Damn, that's a lot of damage. Okay, so
So-
explain this bolt to me, because I want you to describe what this mystic bolt looks like as it's
Okay.
flying through the air.
Well, it looks kind of like a crossbow bolt surrounded by purple energy.
And okay,
Shoot
so
it with crossbow.
it hits him, and since you did the nat 20, he actually releases Rogar, so he falls
Hey.
down to the ground and he shrieks in pain. He's still now he looks pissed off.
Yeah.
I have to total up all of this damage.
37.
Let's see.
37.
I heard you the first time.
Okay.
Actually,
Yeah, 27.
Yeah, 27 is what I got.
well, you didn't. For some reason, your formula is not adding your dex to your damage. So you're gonna add that too.
Oops, why is my character not showing up? Interesting. There it is.
Damn, that was
What
a
is my
very good hit. All right. So,
My dex is +2.
oh, do you want to move anywhere?
Probably back a little bit.
All right. So you move. You
we
can
go.
go ahead and move back if you want.
Okay, I'm just fixing that formula. I had it as strength, not dex.
Oh, gotcha.
There we go.
All right.
I've been doing that wrong the whole time.
So for this attack, actually, he's gonna reach out to Rogar again. Except this time, he's gonna try and swipe you with his tentacle or with his pinchers, and then try to take a bite with his tentacled mouth.
Hey.
So the 8 misses. Oh, he's got a nat 20. All right. So he. Nope. Never mind. It's not good. It's. Damn it. That was a waste. That sucks. All right. He is now going to move not out of your line of sight or out of your attack of opportunity, but he's going to move in that direction.
Jordan, did you or did you not use the 20?
No, he did not. He missed with his first attack because he went to go grapple you and to try and bite you with his tentacles. And I already rolled for it, so I'm not gonna sway from that.
Okay.
I'm not gonna fudge my dice. So he moves out. He moves over to the side of you, and then it goes back to Balefire.
Alrighty. Balefire is going to cast Hunter's Mark on it.
Okay.
Move another 30 feet away. I don't know roughly how much that is. That's here. And then I'm going to use my nat 20 on it with my short bow.
All right.
So, what's this?
Well, you have advantage, don't forget. So you might want to save that 20.
Okay.
Right, well, you could use it. I don't want to tell you how to live your life.
No, use the nat 20. Do the thing.
Well, I already rolled without
Okay.
saying I was. So, 23, I think it's going to hit. But I have an advantage, so I guess I'll go ahead and roll again. Yeah. Okay, so 23. And so for, yeah, so. Then.
Wait, did you roll again? What the hell are you doing? Oh, okay, never mind. D8 is the Colossal Slayer, D6 is the Hunter's Mark.
Yes.
Okay, so
7, 12, 15 damage.
all right, so arrow hits him, kind of on his underside, and he screeched out again, but he is still going strong. All right, do you want to move anywhere, or did you?
I already moved. I continue to use my max movement to get away from him.
All right, that brings us back to Kree.
I'm going to move however many feet I need to get here.
It's about 10 feet.
Yeah, I'll move 10 feet. I'll use my wild shape to turn into a direwolf.
Nice.
And then I will roll the bite action. Could you drag that out of the compodium for me so I could use it, or do you want me to just roll the?
Is that direwolf?
If you just add it as a character sheet and put it under me, I can use it.
All right, give me 1 second.
Yeah, sure. Sorry, I probably should have whispered you to be like, "Hey, I'm doing this. Do you want to?"
No, you're fine. All right, hold on. Almost there.
No.
And
Perfect.
all right.
And then that way I can just roll things and you know that everything's good. And bite with advantage. So that's a 19.
19's gonna hit.
And then that is 12 piercing damage.
And he also has to make a DC 13 strength check.
Yep.
All right. Let's see. Strength 15. So he does not get knocked down.
Okay.
But he does take a lot of piercing damage as you bite into one of his legs. And he looks like he's getting worn down quite a bit. He's taking a lot of damage from Mina and Balefire. So, Arken, you are up.
Are you more of a range guy or of a close quarters guy? Would you prefer to be at range or in close quarters?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, you.
I don't know yet. I only have a crossbow, so I'm not too good at close range right now. But if I had a sword, I'd be okay at it. But right now, I don't have a sword. I just have a shield.
That does not help me whatsoever. No offense. Fuck it.
I can't be close range right now.
We're
I'm
gonna
useless in
just
close range.
throw a dissonant whispers at him because I feel like it.
Is it a whisper or memory? I forget what it is.
It's a dissonant whisper.
Ah, gotcha.
Yes, roll 14 or higher on a wisdom save.
I don't know which one.
Wisdom.
Oh, not his strong suit. At least it wasn't intelligence. Oof. He has a -3 on intelligence.
Wow.
Got
But
it.
he
He's
rolled
fine.
a 17.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm gonna just move my little dragon dude away. If he thinks he's got it, he's got it. I imagine we're going to take a short rest after this, so why not burn some spells?
All right. And you need a long rest to recover spells.
No, I don't. I'm a warlock. Warlocks recover after short rest because we only have like 2 spell slots.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, you only have like 2, but you get all those damn. What are they? The evocations.
No, well, I guess. Yeah, you're right.
Okay, so Rogar. Pulling shades of Ethrin in the monastery.
Okay, so firing a ranged weapon in melee is like disadvantage or something, right?
Correct.
But it would be balanced out because I have advantage on it.
Correct.
So I'll just fire a crossbow at it. Yeah!
22.
Wow.
Shot him in the face.
Yeah.
You rolled a 1 on damage. Okay, so you shoot him, and it actually catches him underneath one of his plates and causes 5 damage. But he is. Oh, sorry, I was reading what Kim just wrote. So, I don't know if he's going to survive much longer. Do you want to try to move anywhere?
No, because I can't disengage. Yeah.
All right. Mina.
Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing I did before with 3 points into a speed dart and shoot a crossbow bolt at him. Hopefully it's not entirely sucky.
Oh.
I think it's okay.
That's 2 nats in a row.
Cool.
How do you kill him?
Just a unimpressive looking crossbow bolt with purple surrounding it.
Just flying through the air. And like busts through his exoskeleton and just kind of flies out the other side. He cries in pain and then falls over with just a big and water actually splashes up on Rogar. I knew that was gonna get him. And then Balefire, roll a perception for me.
You got it, boss.
Nice. You hear the rustle of grass behind you.
Behind me?
Yes.
I don't like that. I'm gonna. Are there any? There's a bunch of trees and stuff nearby, right?
Yeah, they're behind you.
There's no trees up to the front or beside me.
They're behind you.
Dang it. Well, I'm gonna move as far as I can this way anyway, and try and stealth.
Just in the middle of this plains area?
And
Yep.
then the grassy marsh.
I'm gonna stealth in the grassy marsh. I'm gonna like crouch down and stealth, and I'm going to whisper to Arken with my message Arken with my cantrip,
telepathy. Okay, that works too.
letting him know. Well, yeah, but you don't know to use it on me right now.
True.
And so I'm gonna message him with my cantrip saying, "Hey, watch out behind us."
Well, unfortunately, before you get to do any of that, you go to move and you feel the cold steel up against your neck. And as you look over, there's this snake-looking creature. He's probably about 8 feet tall, as you look over at him, and he's got a giant scimitar up against your neck. And then he just kind of flicks his tongue out and hisses. And that's where we're going to end the episode.
Bum, bum, bum.
Okay, that was the
Okay.
That was way better than I thought it would go.
Dang it.
So, I got to leave a cliffhanger for something. You
Can
guys
I
got to come
leave-
back for something.
Can I at least message Arken saying, hey, turn around, danger?
Yeah, they turn around, they see it.
Okay.
And then they see more. You only see the one, but they see more. Kind of like
Oh, goody.
walking out of the trees behind you.
We just killed
Dang
their
it.
pet.
Maybe, maybe not.
Probably worse than that. We probably killed like the thing they looked up to.
Killed their god.
It was,
But that could be a good thing. That could work in your favor, though.
Or we
Is
just
they
killed
gonna be
the
afraid of us?
creature that's been killing their people. Could work the other way.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see what he does, what Patrick does, Mr. D.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
So that means that we are going to be offline until next Monday with Grimshaw's Tavern. Tuesday is the Antecedents campaign, and then Wednesday again is the Destiny, and that's where you guys can pick up and find out what happens.
Patrick,
Yes.
the Wednesday deal at my class starts on Monday.
We'll talk about that in a minute.
Okay.
We'll talk about that in a minute.
I set up my entire class schedule just so I could play this game.
See, that's prioritizing your life, Reed.
I am prioritizing my life,
Yeah.
not Balefire's.
I know, I'm just messing
Skipping
with you.
out on roll practice, so there you go.
I'm just picking with you.
I know. You're good.
But hopefully you guys had fun. Hopefully the viewers had fun. We actually had quite a few tonight. So, who wants? I don't have Aaron, so I don't have anybody to plug all this stuff.
Hey guys, it's your boy. Make sure to follow, subscribe if you want to. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook to get all your D&D nerdy nonsense. Enter our raffle thing we got going on here. T-shirts and books. The guest
Oh,
spot
man.
on the show if you want.
That's
You're into
actually
that,
really
I
spot
guess.
on.
So
But
Yeah.
he doesn't say like coming. Like what is he? How did you start it out? Yeah, I'm your boy or something. What did you say?
it's your
Hey,
boy.
guys.
Oh, it's your boy. It's your boy.
Oh,
but
that was
yeah,
actually
so-
like pretty
Very
close to his
cool.
voice.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope the viewers enjoyed it. And I'm going to log out here, and I hope you guys...
On to Discord we go.
Alright.
Not for me. But like I said, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you guys next time.
Alrighty.
Thanks, y'all.